welcome to Sylvan Lake, the Sylvan Lake Gulls!
Without further delay, Gulls baseball fan, let's welcome the first ever coach in our history, Jason Chatwood.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Sylvan Lake Gulls!
The final stretch is officially here as the Sylvan Lake Gulls will get set to wrap up the regular season with 7 games left, 6 being here at Gulls Field at Pagato Park. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching Gulls baseball on FloCollege, brought to you by visitsylvanlake.ca. He's Jim Claggett. I'm Kel Clark. Glad to have you watching on your Tuesday night. This is the makeup game from June 13th, which was a crazy hailstorm that a game just could not get through, and we are excited to bring it all to you here tonight. And it's going to be a good one because the Energy City Cactus Rats are in town and always give this Sylvan Lake Gulls team a run.
Yeah, we say it all the time, and we cannot emphasize it any more than that because they are a good baseball team, and the Gulls need to understand that, and they need to approach it the same way they would if it was the Okotoks Dogs.
Absolutely, and it's not going to be an easy stretch of games going down the line either, as they got Energy City tonight, they got Energy City tomorrow night, then they take on Lethbridge for a pair of games before then returning home on Saturday again, Energy City, and then why not play Okotoks back-to-back games to finish out the regular season, and that stretch that could be so crucial with how this playoff picture shapes up in the West Division, especially Gulls being 3 games back of the Okotoks Dogs.
It'll be really interesting if the last 2 games against Okotoks decides who finishes first. That would be interesting. If it doesn't, if the Gulls are worried about who they play, I don't think they are, but you play the home games, 2 here and 1 in Lethbridge, or 2 in Lethbridge, 1 here. That's probably their focus right now, is second place and saying, okay, let's just get that accomplished, and we'll see what happens after.
And currently, you look at the standings right now. They're currently tied with the Lethbridge Bulls for that second place spot, 3.5 games back. My apologies. Fort McMurray has dropped from that 4th place spot to 6th with a forfeit of a couple games down in Okotoks last night. And I don't know if we want to touch on it.
Well, yeah,
but
weird situation. We'll touch on it during the game.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Yeah, it was a weird situation down there. I'm not sure exactly what went on, so it's kind of hearsay, but we'll touch on it.
But at the end of the day, what we're looking at is potential first-round matchups for the Gulls and any of the teams that they are playing here this week to finish out the regular season. Well, they're going to get things started here tonight on this busy 5-game home stretch in a row. Well, kind of a home stretch. They're technically the away team tomorrow night against Energy City, but they're here. Hunter Jones, your starting pitcher for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, as you know, he can throw them, and he is one of the vets that they turn to here tonight to get on a good note at that. So we'll take a look at the starting batters that he will face, and a very similar lineup, a lineup that the Gulls have been getting used to a lot lately. Seiji Yumazawa, Ten Shindo, and Timo Aracena, the 1-2-3 batters, and then you got Marcus Frangel, Drew Abercrombie, Marker Husu, Zach Barneo, Elias Campbell, and Nick Hagan catching behind the plate, rounding out the batting order. So it's going to be a night. It's a beautiful night for baseball. It's not hailing. It's not storming. We're going to have a go on this one.
This is summer.
It's a beautiful night, and it's one of our first, one of our few, I should say, really gorgeous nights here at the ballpark.
Oh, yeah. You know, we've had some nasty weather, and the fans have come out through all that nasty weather in spite of it, and we appreciate that. I'm sure the players appreciate that as well. They probably think, wow, these fans are really invested in this team. So, and they are.
Yeah.
So Seiji Umezawa will lead things off against Hunter Jones. And if I remember correctly, the last time Hunter started a game here at Gulls Field was a little while back, but it was a good start. I think he went 4 or 5 solid innings. And I'd have to check my notes, which I didn't. And he starts things off with a strike to Umezawa. And I think that radar gun's a little off because I don't think that was 42 miles an hour.
You're saying I can throw faster and harder than Hunter Jones?
You're
No way.
19 miles an hour faster. This is grounded down to third. Anthony Gilbert with an awesome play to start the game.
Holy cow.
My goodness, Anthony Gilbert. Oh, wow. The young man from the Belle Province, Quebec, makes a fantastic play to get the first out.
Wow. I mean, a one hopper, but an absolute dart over to first base. As we take a look there, and beautiful play there off the Hearthstone Property Management replay. Playing first tonight is Brooks Bachman making the catch.
Now to bring up the shortstop, Ten Shindo, who gives this a ride on the first pitch he sees, and it's going to bounce all the way to the wall. And that is Brock Tiarina out in left field, who has no play, but to get the ball in is that was perfectly placed down the left field line by Ten Shindo.
Well, are you surprised? I mean, this is just what the Energy City Cactus Rats have really picked up on over the last month or two, is they hit the balls, and they hit them hard. They find the gaps. They come every single game against this Gulls team with everything they have, and they leave it all out there. And we're going to be in for a treat. No game is going to be easy for the Gulls from here on out.
No, it won't. Timo Aracena, the third baseman, steps in. This young man has got lots of juice in that bat in a legal way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clarify that.
It's all legal.
It's all
There's
legal.
no cheating going on here.
Yeah, there's no Super Balls in there or lead or, that kind of stuff that they used to use.
They didn't pump any steel in those bats.
I think it was, I can't remember who the player was when he hit he hit a ball and his bat broke, and about 3 Super Balls bounced out. It's like, you're not supposed to have those in your bat there, buddy.
Whoops.
Yeah, busted. 1-1 the count on Aracena. And he sends this into foul territory. Junior Garcia's got a beat on it and makes the catch. And Tai Yukamoto scoots over to third to cover, just in case Ten Shindo decides he wants to go there. But a pop up to the catcher, Junior Garcia, right there. He had lots of room and lots of help from his teammates in the bench, saying, "Yep, you got room, and he can trust them." If it was the other side, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't tell him. So 2 down now, and Marcus Frangel, the designated hitter, will step in. And that's grounded down to Anthony Gilbert, and he's going to show off that arm again. And he's got a cannon. And the double by Ten Shindo amounts to absolutely nothing. So just the one hit. Nobody scores, and we are headed to the bottom of the first.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
Well, there's your starting pitcher tonight for the Energy City Cactus Rats, Holditch. Number 20, right there, right-hander. Don't know much about him. Don't even know where he's from.
No.
I think they just added him to the roster.
They did, yeah.
Which is what happens now. Here's the lineup he's going to face. Yukamoto, Fung, Flores, Tiarina, Gilbert, Bachman, Garcia, Quick, and Kyle Lewis. Those are your 9 batters that will face Hogan Holditch. He sounds like a character in a book or something, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of books, we're going to get to that in a moment.
I wasn't leading into that.
Was that a segue that you're trying to do
No,
there?
it wasn't. No, I was thinking Holden Caulfield,
Okay, fair enough.
catcher in the Rye, and then
That was
Hogan Holditch, and it just kind of, it's an
figured-
unusual name.
I figured you weren't, but I was like, I kind of, that was what crossed my mind. Like, oh, that's actually a perfect segue. But yes, we will. Speaking of books, we'll talk about that here in just a moment, in an inning or so.
You don't have to do that.
This is
Tai
lifted out.
Yukamoto might land this fair. Oh, that's just foul. Down the left field line.
Let's take a look at the outfield for the Energy City Cactus Rats. As we take a look in the left field, you got Seiji Yumazawa in center, Elias Campbell, and out in right, Parker Huso. As we're bringing in Timo Aracena over at third, Ten Shindo at shortstop, Drew Abercrombie at second, and over at first base is Zach Barneo. In behind the plate, they got Nick Hagan catching the balls and the strikes. And as we mentioned on the mound, I think this is his first start in the Energy City Cactus uniform. First time we've seen him, Hogan Holditch.
That's right.
The name sounds familiar, but I don't remember on their pitching stats side of things.
No, I don't.
I don't see anything. So
I don't recall him. Now,
he's the
Nick
first.
Hagan, I recall
Yeah,
him.
and
Was he not an Okotoks dog? A former Okotoks dog?
Might have been, yeah.
And right back up the middle, and Shindo does a 360. Okay, you got to watch this play, folks. Tin Shindo, I'm not sure why I guess his momentum was carrying him, and he does a 360.
Yeah, that was
and
close.
gets Tai Yukamoto.
I mean, I would love to see that slow down to see if Yukamoto beat out the throw, but yeah, it was close regardless, and that was
pretty good.
It was a good throw. Really good throw.
Matty Fung, the DH tonight, will step in now to face Holditch. And first pitch looking is Matty, and it's a called strike. Don Buskus, the crew chief, is behind the plate. Marco Rossetti is over at first, and Levi Wagner is down the third baseline. That's your umpire crew this evening here at Gulls Field at Bagatelle Park. Bottom of the first inning, just underway here, and we are scoreless between the Gulls and the Energy City Cactus Rats. And Matty Fung drills this into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, a little bit of deja vu from what we saw from Matty Fung just a couple games ago, where he started things off with his first base hit in that exact gap, turning onto it and finding the hole between first and second, making its way out to right field. So a great base hit for Matty Fung, the DH tonight.
Now this young man can put a charge into a ball too. Jaden Flores steps in to face Holditch.
And for the second time in about 3 or 4 weeks, Jaden Flores named Sylvan Lake Gulls Player of the Week with the bat.
He's been known to make a few catches too.
Yeah, I mean he does it all. I mean they usually pick a pitcher and then they pick a offensive defensive player, and of course Jaden Flores, in the last 5 games that he has been at the plate, he's had 15 at-bat appearances, 6 runs, 7 hits, 5 RBIs, and hitting .467.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And Matty Fung takes off for second. That ball is going to go over the head, but I think Matty had that base stolen.
He sure did.
So the other night we watched Matty round second and hit to third, and he had a little bit of not a limp, but
And you can tell he's fighting through it right now. I mean, that run even there, you could tell there was a little bit of a gimp in his step, if you will.
yeah. But he's got the stolen base. He moves himself into scoring position, and Jaden Flores with a 1-1 count.
And Matty Fung is a competitor, and he's going to do everything he can to have an impact in every game moving forward to the end of the season.
Okay, that was a 66-mile-an-hour pitch. You could have been on the
that was
mound, man.
close.
You were only 5 miles an hour off of that one.
And if I get Rob Mann to work on that arm, I'm probably right up there with
You
him.
could be 67.
I might be beating him.
But Holditch, he's got a weird delivery when he throws that off speed. It's kind of like he's aiming it, like just, here we go.
What makes me sad is watching how slow it's coming down and thinking my fastball was slower than that still. That's what makes me sad right now, Jim.
Yeah, well, this guy's, he's been doing this for a long time,
I know,
too.
but oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is a slow ball coming down.
That is. And these guys are going to, well, they could time him up. The second time around might be dangerous for Hogan Holditch. There's his fastball at 82. So there you got a very large difference between your off speed and your fastball. One of the biggest, that's like, 16 miles per hour. Okay. I'm trying to do math.
Yeah.
No, it's, 16. Oh boy, Jim, don't do math. It just hurts too much. And Flores reaches out to make some contact with that one. And, oh, my goodness. I think if we had the replay challenge, I think the Gulls bench would be challenging this one because I'm pretty sure he beat this out.
Well, we know Flores can run, and he's going to get on his horse here. And as the throw comes in,
yeah,
I think you're right. Pretty close to a tie anyway.
Anyway, that is the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Brock Tiarina, who wowed the crowd with his glove a couple of games ago, making catches that were just out of this world. And then a throw to second base to nail a guy trying to turn a single into a double.
Yep.
Ooh.
He's the guy that I was actually talking to my dad about on the way up into the ballpark today. Said, you should see this guy, number 11, made an unreal catch the other night. So I said, if he's playing, keep an eye on him.
Well, and he shoots this through the gap between third and short, and Matty Fung is rounding third. He's getting the wave home, and that ball is well up the line. And Brock Tiarina gets himself an RBI single to get the Gulls on the board here first in the bottom half of the first inning.
Yeah, perfectly placed ball right here by Tiarina, just an opposite field hit as this rolls out to the left field, and of course Matty Fung on his horse, and looks pretty good there with the run.
Yep.
Not too bad, looking a little more comfortable.
It's amazing how you feel when you're running towards home plate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You gotta wonder how many ibuprofens he might have popped in before this one too.
Maybe he had one of those fortune cookies from that his dad brings up all the time.
Yeah,
and so that
Rob
calmed
Fung,
him down.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Okay, I'm good now.
A little home treats.
Yeah, and some of that sourdough bread.
Oh,
my goodness.
that was so good. I got judged really hard on not knowing what I was supposed to do with it at first, but
well,
rightfully so. Rightfully so.
You earned it.
I earned it. Yeah, exactly.
But
I did it right.
you did. You're okay now.
Yeah, and it was
You're okay.
unreal. I crushed over half of it by myself the first night.
And Tiarina takes off, and I think they got him.
Oh,
Oh.
wow, really?
Okay.
I was kind of there with you too, Jim. I thought they had him on the tag, and if anything, I thought his kind of like what we saw in the MLB the other night, where his hand slipped off and he wasn't touching the bag at all, and then his foot touched last. Let's take a look at this here.
Oh, I see. He missed him with the tag.
Okay, but then he held his arm. He
He's
still
got
held
his
the
foot
glove
there.
on him, but then
Yeah.
the arm and the foot weren't touching at one point. So, again, it could be one of those calls. If you had challenge replay, you could make a case maybe on that.
Yeah.
Especially from if you had a camera like what we've seen at Jays games and stuff, from the dugout looking straight across the
Straight
second,
up the line there.
straight
yeah.
up the line. Yeah, you'd see a really good angle of that tag.
Well, we got Brock Tiarina over at second now with Anthony Gilbert at the plate. The count 2-2 on the young man from Quebec City. And he sends this into the gap in right field. That's going to one hop off the fence. And I think he's going to go for 3. He puts the brakes on, but he drives in Brock Tiarina. So that stolen base is huge, as Anthony Gilbert takes advantage of that and knocks in Brock Tiarina with a well-placed hit, as that's opposite field with a lot of power there. And Tiarina just jogs in and touches home plate. And the Gulls have themselves a 2-0 lead.
And, Sylvan Lake doing such a good job tonight, carrying over from what they did on Sunday. The bats came alive. Now, the night before that, it was quiet. Energy City created a lot of problems for them on Saturday night. And so the Sylvan Lake Gulls got that little bit of confidence boost from Fort Mac in the doubleheader with the bats just being hot, and now they're coming into tonight and they're carrying it over.
Well, that game that you talked about, the Gulls scored 5 runs, but they only had 3 hits.
Yeah.
And the first one came in the 7th inning.
That was one of the games that we felt like maybe they probably shouldn't have won, just the way that game started and the way Energy City held them to nothing. But this is another base hit as we talk about it, and the bats stay hot on the throw to first, and Brooks Bachman.
Oh, he was gonna call him out.
He was safe there.
It sure looked like he was getting ready to do the punch, and no, he's safe. So now you got runners on the corners as Anthony Gilbert made his way over to third, and Brooks Bachman is over at first base on that hit.
Yeah.
And that'll bring up Junior Garcia, who absolutely clobbered a home run in the second half of the doubleheader, trying to match his teammate and fellow catcher, Trip Ray, who had 2 and 6 RBIs. Junior, only 1 and 3 RBIs, but you know.
Still a great day.
That's still 3 home runs from your catchers and 9 RBIs. That's pretty good. They both should have been player of the week, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
Maybe they will be. I don't know.
Well, we were trying to foreshadow, maybe a catcher day where catchers were just going absolutely off the clock and hitting bombs all day long. And I mean, Junior Garcia almost made it look possible at the beginning. First at bat in that game, solo homer. That was long.
Then he hit one to the wall.
And then he hit one to the wall, exactly. He almost had another one. It could have, honestly, if the left fielder wasn't there, it might have actually bounced off the top of the wall and still went over the fence.
Camden Sanders, the left fielder for Fort McMurray, was right, like he was a foot from the wall, and he had to make a little jump. And there's the throw, and now we've got Anthony Gilbert. So, you know what? You keep trying this, and guys catch on. And this team caught on for sure. So that brings the inning to a close, but the Gulls plate 2 runs here in the bottom half of the first. We're going to the top of the second.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus 2 weekly shows including the WCBL Report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday, and also the WCBL Game of the Week pregame show leading right up to game time every Thursday night. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Welcome back. Top of the second inning here. Hunter Jones will face Drew Abercrombie, Parker Husu, and Zach Barneo. The 5, 6, 7 batters in the Cactus Rats lineup, and he starts Abercrombie off with a strike. And that misses outside for a ball. Two 2-0 Gulls lead it. 4 hits in the first inning, driving in 2 runs. And the Gulls have started games like this and then just kind of fizzled in the next 3 or 4 innings, and then all of a sudden they wake up again.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, is that if the Sylvan Lake Gulls, I think that's got to be the main focus, just, getting close to postseason baseball, is playing 9 complete innings and playing hard all the way through. You can't take any breaks. You can't get caught sleeping. We've seen it time and time again in postseason ball for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, especially when you're playing the Okotoks Dogs, or even the Lethbridge Bulls for that matter, which could be another first, round matchup for the Gulls. And if you take any breaks, Lethbridge, Okotoks, heck, Energy City, any of these guys can pile on runs like that.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, you're looking back and you're behind by a number of runs to try to catch up on.
So a strikeout there of Abercrombie. You're 100% right, too. And in that game against Lethbridge that was shortened by the rain, the Gulls were full measure for that win. 6 innings of absolutely knocking the leather off the ball, or the cowhide, I should say. 12 runs in those 6 innings.
Yeah.
0-2 the count here on the right fielder, Parker Husu. Hunter Jones working in the second inning here. Zach Barneo is the batter on deck. And back-to-back strikeouts for Hunter Jones to start the second inning.
Second K of the evening for Jones as he throws a real nice
Whatever that was.
sinker.
I
Yeah.
get splitter, sweeper. I don't know. Yeah, it's amazing how these guys, these pitchers that we have come up here, they can tell exactly what pitch he threw. And I'm not sure what they're looking at. Can they see the spin? I don't know. Maybe it's the arm motion.
Honestly, for them, I think the help is the hand signal of the catcher, and they're reading ahead of time.
That's, you know what? You're right, yes. They do get to see, they look at the screen. They're not looking at the actual game.
Yeah.
All those sneaky guys.
Yeah.
They got to teach me. We got to get them to teach us that, okay?
I know, right?
But we don't want to be calling pitchers ahead of time.
Well, then sometimes, they don't throw that. Yeah, tough to say.
And that's right to Jones. He's going to jog over to first and give it to Brooks Bachman on a silver platter. And a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. 1.5 in the books, and the Gulls with a 2-0 lead.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that connects people from across our province? Something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field, the friend next door with your family in the next town, the dealership with the ice cream shop. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
There is your starter for the Energy City Cactus Rats, Hogan Holditch. That's like a movie star name, too. Now starring
nice
Hogan Holditch as whatever.
Well, he looks, he's one
The
of those,
pitcher.
He looks like a tall dude, too. He's a big guy coming at you on the mound. By the time he steps off, he's that much close. He's probably at least,
He's
7-8 feet closer to you than he was when he was standing.
He's lanky.
Yeah.
He's a lanky man. He's facing Junior Garcia. The catcher is Garcia, Michael Quick, and Kyle Lewis. 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the Gulls lineup tonight. Sylvan with 4 hits in the first, and that earned them 2 runs. They have a 2-0 lead right now. On a beautiful, beautiful night here in Sylvan Lake.
Not a cloud threatening right now.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're going to get some thunderbangers tonight, though.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see in the far, far, far distance there
Yeah.
are some build-up, but
It's
that's a long ways away. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a long ways away. 0-2 the count on Junior Garcia. And that hits the dirt. 64. That probably just drives you nuts when you see that number up there, right? It's like, oh, I was only like 60.
Get me in, coach. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, coach. I still got more life in my arm.
I just got 1 pitch is all I can throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they may or may not hit it out of the park.
Yeah, exactly. There's the 64 again.
64. Just keep putting that
So
up there, Calvin.
for those that are watching, we can't assume that they were watching the last game when we were having this conversation. But
Yeah.
we had a doubleheader on Sunday against the Fort McMurray Giants. As here comes the pitch, just wide. That's 3. That's a full count now to Junior Garcia. We had time in between to kind of go on the field, throw some balls, get loose, whatever. So I noticed that the gun was on. I'm throwing from the mound to our producer's son, Blake, and he's behind the plate. I'm throwing as hard as I can. Well, sure enough, as Junior Garcia swings and misses for out number 1. Tough one there. A good pitch there by the pitcher in Hogan Holditch. Let's take a look at this. Another off speed coming down right at him inside. Got some kind of tangled up there. Yeah, go figure. The gun is reading. It's on. I didn't think it was on at first. And I turn back and I see 58. Okay, that can't be me, can it? Then I throw as hard as I can, 61 miles per hour, and I hit that a few times consistently. And then I throw an off speed, and it was 48.
That was off speed.
My off speed, yeah.
Hey, that was off speed.
And I was over the plate, too.
Yeah, you were over the plate.
I don't know if I'd guarantee you the ball didn't move one bit, but,
that would mess up these guys.
It was a floater.
I think you could mess up these guys for the first at bat, and then I think they might.
Then they'd measure up on me.
Yeah, they might take you out of the game.
Yeah, I'd be worried of them hitting it right back at me. That'd be my worry. I'd have to go out there with a full face mask or something.
Body
I don't trust
armor?
me. Yeah, body armor, full on goalie equipment, probably.
No, you know what? You put up the net.
Yeah,
that they use in batting practice.
Yeah, that's
and
what
that way you don't.
That would be smart.
Because I don't want to do games by myself.
That would be smart. Knowing me, I'd still hit the net, though, or something with my arm, or who knows.
Oh, boy. Well, and that's well hit there by Michael Quick as he sends that right back up the middle on the 1-2 count for a base hit. Number 5 for the Gulls here in the second inning. Well done there by Michael Quick, the right fielder. Now the center fielder, Kyle Lewis, steps in. And a throw over to first. You know, we've seen Hogan Holditch, hitting that, 64, 66. I wonder how fast his pickoff move is.
Yeah, that wasn't a very fast pickoff, was it?
I'm sure he doesn't throw that floater over there thinking he's going to scare anybody, but he might have a much better move. I mean, I think I saw one of those fastballs up around 82.
Yeah, 84, I think I saw
84
one.
maybe, yeah. And stolen base there.
I think it's a
Or
balk
it's a
ball.
balk ball.
Yeah, I think they're calling him on a balk ball, and I wonder if we got an image here from a replay crew. Do we have a little bit of movement on
what
he did here? Let's take a look at his foot.
Well, there was a little lean. And then he set himself again. So
yeah, that might have been just enough.
That was just enough. I'm pretty sure Coach Chatwood was already yelling balk.
And now that's a pass ball.
So you got a balk ball, and now a pass ball, and Michael Quick is now over at third base, 90 feet from making it run number 3.
Yeah, and as we mention every single time, this is what you can't do against any teams in this league, give up free passes. And
they come back to haunt you.
It'll haunt you. And the Sylvan Lake Gulls, with their bats the way they've been lately, already with 5 hits, in only one complete inning of play with the bats and only one out right now. It's not a good recipe for success if you're Energy City.
I'm doing something tonight that I haven't done in the last 2.5 weeks.
Okay.
I'm standing in the shadow.
Nice.
I'm standing back from the window.
It's nice to have to do that for once in a while.
And stand
Yeah,
in the
look at
shadow.
this.
It's like I do this, and I'm in the sun.
Yeah.
I do this, and I'm nice and cool in the shade.
And luckily, I get to lean as
I'm
forward
chilling.
as I want, and I'm still in the shade.
Yeah, well. And this is going to be deep enough? I don't know. As Elias Campbell with a strong arm, but that throw was way up the line. Michael Quick might have been able to score on that, but why take the chance here in the second inning?
Yeah, especially with one away. You know, you can still have a chance to get home with another batter.
That just hung up there, too.
It did, yeah. It really did.
I thought that was deeper than it ended up being.
Yeah, well, just trying to find out where the wind's going here today.
I think it's kind of coming from the
it's
south.
It's kind of a crosswind a little bit, maybe from the southeast to the northwest.
Yeah, I'm looking at the flags. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, you really want some flags.
I do.
I mean, even if whether they're on the batter's eye or even on the foul pole, most have them on the foul poles. Usually, that's
just
see
put the
flags.
Put the little streamers.
Yeah, put a little
top.
flag on the top of the foul poles, and that would help us know where the wind's going.
We're trying to spend Graham and Jen Schetzel's money right here.
Yeah, because just in case they didn't spend enough on this beautiful facility that we were working in.
That's right. Everybody that comes in here is just absolutely blown away. And Tai Yukamoto blows that one away as he sends it right back up the middle. Again, I think that's most of the base hits have been right up the middle so far tonight.
Yeah.
And that drives in run number 3 as Michael Quick. That was obviously a good decision to not run on that fly ball from Kyle Lewis.
Absolutely.
As Michael Quick scores anyway, just one batter later, that's all. So that'll bring up Matty Fung, who had an RBI.
Yeah, these guys are just batting so well right now. Why take the chances? I mean, we saw it over the weekend with the aggressive base running and the stolen bases. And, there's a time and place for that. You got to do that to get into scoring position. But Michael Quick never had to worry about that. He got those on a balk and then a pass ball. So, but little things like that, the advancement of the base running goes a long way.
And these guys, and the word has gotten around the league, obviously, that the Sylvan Gulls are very aggressive on the base pass.
Yeah.
And speaking right on cue is Tai Yukamoto. Stand-up slide over at second. So that's stolen base number 3 already tonight. And I think they're all maybe cashing in on Nick Hagan and running on him.
Yukamoto's so fast that he almost didn't even need a slide on this play. Like, he could have almost just made it there standing up. But he did a late slide regardless just to make sure, and a nice slide at that.
Well, and here's one of the things, too, and I'm not blaming Nick Hagan for the stolen bases, obviously. One of the parts of the formula here is the pitcher, and Hogan Holditch isn't exactly blazing it towards home plate.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
Some of these are, like I say, in the 60s.
That gives a guy
maybe an extra 2-3 steps, maybe.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
At least that's my own theory.
At least
I'm gonna ask the guys after, and they're gonna say, "No, Jim, that has nothing to do with it."
That's another pass ball, so that's not helping either, as Holditch misses the mark on that one. And
that's
again, yeah.
2.
And that's the thing too is it would be interesting to see how many seconds it gives a guy extra when you're throwing a 67 mile per hour off speed as opposed to a 85 mile per hour pitch, or 95, 94. It's got to be at least a couple seconds.
Well, I don't think it's a couple. It might be as many as a
second
full second,
and a bit, yeah.
Maybe a full second, but
milliseconds.
That's huge when you're only running 90 feet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, and I'm probably going to get this wrong, but most of these guys that go from home to first, it's under 4 seconds. And in majors, I think it's closer to 3, like maybe 3-1, 3-2 kind of thing. So when they get a lead off of first base, it could be just about 3 seconds. So you're getting 3.5. That's probably 4 or 5 extra strides, maybe, I don't know. I'm just making stuff up now. And Jaden Flores grounds this into the hole over at second base, and Matty Fung showing his wheels as Jaden Flores gets himself a base hit and an RBI. And the Gulls just keep on keeping on here. As Matty Fung was on there for a walk, and he gets over to second, and Jaden Flores with a single.
Yeah, 2 innings not even done yet. 7 hits already for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Bats are going. The bats are going, and that's huge. And you got to wonder, Energy City's got to be getting pretty close to getting a new guy ready in the bullpen. As you take a look over there right now, and I'm not sure, there's some action maybe, but nobody throwing just yet, from my understanding.
And yeah, no, they're all just kind of sitting around in the shade. 2 runs across the plate so far here in the second inning. The Gulls keeping the bats alive. As Brock Tiarina steps in to face Hogan Holditch. 1-1 the count. And a play over at second, and I think they got him this time.
Yep.
Yep. They got Matty Fung over at second for the third out. But the Gulls put another 2 runs on the board. They are up 4-0 after 2. Cactus Rats coming to bat. Top of the third inning, and Elias Campbell will step in to face Hunter Jones, who's had 2 good innings so far, and looking to add on to those good innings with another one here with the number 8 batter, Elias Campbell. So the Oracle, Google, the average Major League Baseball player runs from first to second, anywhere from 3.3 to 3.7 seconds.
Yeah, that's pretty quick.
And some of them, the really fast guys, can do it in about 3.2, 3.1.
Wow.
Guys like Ellie De La Cruz from the Reds and O'Neill Perez, or O'Neill Cruz, I should say, from the Pirates. You know, guys like that, mind you, they're 6'5", 6'6". You know, they got a long stride.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Rowan O'Connor, if he got a running start, could do it in about 2 seconds flat with that long stride of his. And a strikeout number 3 for Hunter Jones on Elias Campbell. Well done, Hunter.
We should try to time it one of these days. If we next time he's at the bat, just have the stopwatch ready and just especially if he can hit a double and just see how quick it takes him to round first to second with that long stride.
Yeah, you time it, and I'll count the strides.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, neither of us will remember to do that.
Well, yeah, by the time he's
I'm just speaking for myself.
Oh,
Sorry.
No, I won't. You're right. I'm not going to remember that.
And Jones right away in front of the number 9 hitter, catcher Nick Hagan.
Now, if he was in the lineup tonight, maybe I'd remember.
Yeah, okay.
But
Yeah, if immediate, yeah, it's at the moment, yeah. And he fouls that off to stay alive. 0-2 the count.
Three Ks on the night so far for Hunter Jones. He's given up just the one hit so far, 24 pitches. Make that 25 and another strikeout for number 32.
Yeah.
4 Ks on the fence.
In fact, now my memory is good. It's just short. He was our player of the game the night that he had a really, really good outing, and he was our player of the game.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, no.
I'll trust you on it.
No, because I remember the interview with Jared Waldo.
Okay, yeah.
Because and that'll be the top of the order now. Seiji Umezawa, who grounded out to third, and an absolutely outstanding play by Anthony Gilbert over at third base, where he laid out for it and came up firing, and one hopped it over to Brooks Bachman at first. 2-0 the count on Umezawa, and he grounds this down to Yukamoto, who's up with it and fires, and Brooks Bachman makes the grab. A 3-up, 3-down inning, back-to-back for Hunter Jones and the Sylvan Lake Gulls as they come to bat. Jones with some strikeouts helping his cause, and his defense is there too.
It's a 4-0 lead for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. You're watching Gulls baseball on FloCollege, brought to you by visitsylvanlake.ca. Jim Cleggett, I'm Cale Clark. Glad to have you tuning along on your Tuesday night. The makeup game from June 13th goes here tonight, and it's the first of 7 games left for the Sylvan Lake Gulls.
7 left, and then playoffs.
We're already there. Weird. Where did summer go, Jim? At least this summer. There's still some summer after the season's over, obviously, but
some summer.
Not a lot.
Not to be confused with Gordon Sumner of the Police, otherwise known as Sting.
Yeah, there you go.
Tenshindo grounds. Oh, no, it's not Tenshindo. The Gulls are batting, dummy. Brock Tiarina grounds out to first base to start off the third inning. And that'll bring up Anthony Gilbert, who had an RBI double in the first inning. And he sends this down the left field line. And that's foul.
Well, I'm just trying to find the last time that Hunter Jones pitched, and it was Fort McMurray at home on July 18th. They lost 3-2. And then the time before that here was Swift Current when they won 8-0, and he went 6 innings pitched. He was credited the win that night.
That was the game.
Yeah.
Thank you for looking that up.
You betcha.
My memory only goes back so far. Like, I remember where I parked tonight.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just go out the door and turn left. That's all I did.
Well, you
usually
kinda,
I find
you kind of detour. You go out the door, then you kind of turn right, then you go down to the field, and then you kind of wander around in a bunch of loops and spinoramas and whatnot, and then you find the exit somewhere.
Okay, now you might see the humor in this.
Okay.
But 3-2 with the count there on Anthony Gilbert. I'll tell this after this at bat with Anthony.
He was a little confused there.
Yeah, he thought that was ball 4.
He was ready to throw the bat.
And Don Bosca said, "No, not so fast, young man." Arrête in both languages. Stop. And that's the right fielder, Parker Husu, who came a long way to make that catch. And make it he does.
Don Boscus almost tagged first there, too. He ran right beside Anthony almost for the whole throw, or the whole play.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I know.
So my wife came to the game with me the other night.
Yeah, and she came again tonight.
And we're walking in, and I think it was Marin and I can't remember Isla. I think they were at the front desk at the gate there.
Okay.
And
yeah, the girls.
The girls, and then I said, and these girls, they always remind me to clock in.
They don't do that for me. In fact, I got to clock in.
Because you're not as old as me.
Well, I clearly need it. How many nights have I
Well, then
been
tell them to remind you.
I'm clocking in the 9th inning.
So anyway, so they say, my wife says, "Oh, well, that's nice of you." And they said, "Yeah." And then it takes him 20 minutes to get back up because we watch him. He goes out there and he talks to this guy and this guy. And my wife goes,
Yep.
That's him.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
these girls already know my habits.
I've had some good jokes with him, too. I'm like, oh, yeah, there he is over there talking again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I walk in, you're talking to Rob Mankas. This is ground over to first. Zach Barneo tags his bag, and that will do it. So 3 up, 3 down inning for the Energy City Cactus Rats. We got a great story coming your way at the top of the 4th. We can't wait to share it with you. When we come back, you're watching Gulls baseball on FloCollege. Well, welcome back to Gulls baseball. You know, there's something that was very, very exciting that happened today for my broadcast partner, Jim Claggett. And he was like an 8-year-old boy on Christmas morning opening his gift from Santa, as he should be, because this is a proud moment and this is a huge, accomplishment for my co-broadcaster in the booth with me. He is officially a published author, and this is his very first book called The Way Back, now officially up for sale and up for grabs for you to grab online, and I'll let him tell you a little bit more about it. But Jim Claggett, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely phenomenal stuff. This is his book. He's even got his picture on the back, and he's repping the Sylvan Lake Gulls in his Gulls jacket. I love that picture of you, by the way. Just good stuff, Jim, and congratulations again on a big day for you.
You're making me blush.
No, of course. I mean, this is huge.
And you can't tell from here, but I'm in the shadow now.
This is huge.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It was a labor of love.
Yeah.
It took me about 16, 17 months to get this thing finally into this stage, and these books were delivered today. And I opened that box up, and you're right. It was like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and birthday all wrapped into one. And then when I held it in my hands. And I looked at it and I went, well, that went from here to there.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I could do it, but I challenged myself, and fly ball out there to left field, and Brock Tiarina has it. But thank you for the promotion, and indiebookstores.ca.com or Barnes & Noble or Indigo. You'll find the bookstores on that line there, and thank you so much. JimClaggett.ca. Thank you, Calvin Bellows. I'm not used to promoting stuff, believe me, and so this is kind of foreign territory. I'm treading on thin ice here, kind of thing, and I'm trying to get used to this, but I really appreciate the assistance that you guys have given me and the support that you guys have given me. Thank you very much.
I love the introduction on the book, especially in the back, and one of the last lines of that first paragraph, it says, and he's not bald anymore. He has a full head of hair, and it's a great story. I mean, your storyline that you did with this book is really unique. It's really cool. If you're into science, sci-fi kind of stuff, this is the book for you. It's a time traveling book about a football coach. You can explain it better than I can. As this is ground over to Yokomoto, he's got a long throw deep in the hole, and he gets it there in time. Are you kidding me?
What a stretch by Brooks Bachman and a throw by Tai Yukamoto.
That is a play for both players involved to be proud of, as the throw absolutely sensational. But how about the stretch?
Wow.
Brooks Bachman.
My groin's sore just watching that.
The full splits.
he's stretching it out. He's going, yeah.
I don't blame him.
I'm good now.
Holy cow. And that first ball hit hard to left field, so that's 2 away already in this quick inning, as we're talking about the way back. Jim Claggett, the published author, my broadcast partner, what can't this guy do? Just coming up with his first book. Got the reason why today was a special day, I think we should maybe start from there, is because your order of books came in today. This is the first time you saw the physical copy and got to hold it in your hands.
Exactly.
Which is so cool.
And I will give a huge shout out to a young man by the name of Jeff Powers, who is the artist that drew that picture.
Yeah.
I gave him the idea of what to draw and what I kind of wanted to see, and he came back with 2 or 3 different iterations, and that's the one we settled on.
Yeah,
so
I was going to ask you how you kind of came up with the cover of the book, and I do know how you came up with the burger bar in the background. That's there's a story behind that you have brought from your past time to include in this novel, and this novel is actually characters that you made out of real life people that you met in the past.
That's right. The real life people were the seeds, and from those seeds grew the actual characters in the book. So I didn't use anybody's real name. I used some real locations because I wanted to make sure I got them right. But it was an interesting process. I've never done anything like that before, and to come up with and come up with a story that kind of made sense in my head. Now, it may not make sense to anybody else, but it certainly made sense in my head. So there's a walk given up by Hunter Jones, as he thought he might have had that one, and so did Junior Garcia, but a base runner for the Cactus Rats. And so, yeah, the burger bar was a little restaurant, a greasy spoon, and I mean greasy. I mean, you walked in and all you smelled was cigarette smoke and grease.
Yeah.
And you went, I'm home. This is a great smell. And they had pinball machines.
Okay.
And we spent many a time there. And it was only like a 2-minute walk from our high school. And the teachers caught on pretty good because they would come over and, hey, Claggett, you're missing class, aren't you? I got a class? Oh, sorry.
Let me finish my milkshake first.
Yeah, here.
It's on the way.
I'm just going to let this ball drop now, and then I'll be there in a second. But, no, it was a lot of fun. It was a labor of love, as I mentioned, and, yeah.
Well, you've been working on it for a while. You said the ideas have been in your head for more than a couple years now.
About 12.
Yeah, 12, exactly. And then you started writing it. Now, I remember you were writing it last summer during the regular season, because every time I come to work, I ask you, how's the writing going? How's the book coming along? You're like, well,
it's coming.
It's a working process. But, it's just cool stuff to finally see it full form, in book form, in front of you, holding it in my hands. Now I just need to get you to sign a book for me.
I will.
I'll be buying one from you. I'm going to get you to sign it for me. And I'll be cherishing it for a while. I don't have a book in my house, so yours is going to be the first one.
I'll do that. And then the next thing that's going to happen, that's going to be a momentous thing, is when I walk into the Chapters or Indigo and see it on a shelf.
Yes.
That'll be cool. And that is a base hit into right field by Drew Abercrombie as a 2-out single. puts a base runner over at third in Frangel, and Abercrombie has a safe single over to first. And the Cactus Rats are coming to life here in the top of the fourth inning. They trail 4-0, but they've got runners on the corners right now with 2 out. And the right fielder, Parker Husu, who is a strikeout victim of Hunter Jones back in the second.
Nice.
And thank you, Calvin, and my partner here, Cale, and anybody else, Blake, all you guys. I really appreciate the support, and now I can retire. Oh, wait a minute, I already am.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, never mind.
No thanks needed. It's a huge accomplishment. We're proud of you. You know, that's incredible stuff. It's really cool to have that happen for you. So, congrats.
Now I can afford a brand new Yaris.
There, yeah.
And this is lifted out to center field, and a couple of steps in for Kyle Lewis, and then he realized that's going a little deeper than I thought. And he's talking to himself. He's like, well, what were you thinking there, man? Anyway, he makes the catch out in center field, so the walk and the base hit amount to nothing for the Cactus Rats. We are through 3.5. Gulls coming to bat. Well, there's a shot of a beautiful night here in central Alberta. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what summer is supposed to be like here in our region. And we finally, the beginning of July was kind of like this, and then Mother Nature just said, whoa, don't get too comfortable.
Yeah.
And she changed up the program and nailed us with some nasty, nasty weather for about 2.5 weeks here. Cold, cloudy, rainy, blah, 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 hail, you know. And Junior Garcia sends this to deep left field, but CJ Umezawa, takes a few steps back and makes the grab for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, great cut at this by Junior Garcia. It got up there in a hurry, and then it just kind of got hung up in the wind a little bit. So a pretty easy grab for Umezawa. You know, and a good telltale sign for knowing how gorgeous it is here tonight is looking at the Hawaiian, looking at any of the guys from, down in California, all short sleeves today. We're not wearing any long sleeves under the short sleeve jerseys. We're wearing all short sleeves today. So that's right there. Tells you, okay, we finally got some summer weather here in central Alberta.
And I think the last game, remember, this is the rain out game or the hail out game. And the Cactus Rats, a couple of their players from the Florida area, had not seen that before, that white stuff coming down. And they built a little snowman out front of their dugout, put a little helmet on him, and then crushed him when the game was canceled.
Yeah.
But they don't have any chance of that happening tonight. So,
speaking of the Florida, do you recall it was a year or two ago, just not that long ago, where it actually did snow in Florida?
It snowed before.
As it popped up to deep center field, and again, it's going to get hung up in the wind as Elias Campbell settles underneath of it and records the second out on Michael Quick. That'll bring up Kyle Lewis to the plate.
Yeah, when I was working in the news industry, I remember seeing video feeds of the orange crops in Florida getting absolutely decimated by ice storms and snow. And it was just like, are you kidding me? Well, you know, it can snow anywhere.
Yeah.
It snows in Hawaii. Way up
up
top.
high in the elevation.
10,000 feet above sea level.
But this is like, this was, I mean, this is the first time I've ever recalled, you know, in my life seeing snow in Florida, and the beach is literally covered in white, and then the ocean right there and palm trees getting covered in white snow. It was wild.
Kyle Lewis steps in to face Hogan Holditch. Now, I've seen snow at least once in every month here in Central Alberta.
Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah.
The July one was a little freaky.
Yeah.
The system just moved in and the temperature dropped and all of a sudden snow, and I'm playing golf and I hit a putt and my ball was about the size of a basketball by the time it got to the hole.
Made a good sized size for a head of a snowman.
Oh yeah, it was pretty close. It was pretty close. 3-1 the count on Kyle Lewis. And then I just thought, he's try for crying out loud. And he rips this into left field, and that's going to bounce in front of Umezawa. So Lewis keeps the inning alive as he hits a solid single to left field to flip it over to the top of the order with Tai Yukamoto. Well hit ball, and Umezawa had, should I go? Should I stop? Should I go? Should I stop?
An awkward place for Umezawa to even know what to do with that, as you know, we got a little meeting on the mound. But I mean, it was, I think, a heads-up play by Umezawa, because he goes for that, misses. That's going to turn into some danger. You just carefully let it drop, let him have the base hit on 2 outs. It's now he's only at first. So we got a new pitcher coming into this game, and as he comes in to warm up, we'll just take a quick break, and we'll come back with who this new pitcher on the mound is for the Energy City Cactus Rats. Well, there's the new pitcher on the mound for the Energy City Cactus Rats. That is number 31, Cole Bolton from Robertsdale. He goes to Sussex Community College. And I'm guessing Robertsdale is from, I'm not even going to want to take a guess, Alabama?
Tai Yukamoto steps in to face the new pitcher, Cole Bolton. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning with the runner over at first in Kyle Lewis, and a throw over by the left-hander.
It is in Alabama. Okay, I was right. I was trying to figure out, I was saying Cole Bolton, and then he's from Robertsdale, and then I said, I want to say Alabama, and I had to Google it. So he's from, Alabama.
Oh, look at you. So you were arguing with yourself?
I was arguing with myself without you even having to be here. That was great.
Yeah. I came in and you were talking to yourself.
Exactly.
Should I be worried?
Yeah. Maybe. There's a good chance, yeah.
I do it all the time. It's when you argue with yourself. That's when you need some help.
Yeah.
2-0, and a
Lewis
good
is going.
jump there by Kyle Lewis as he steals that base easy. That's 4 stolen bases by the Gulls tonight. So they are either seeing something from the pitchers or they're seeing something from the catcher. I'm not sure what it is, but that was a huge jump by Kyle Lewis.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a good run. And he kept that left hand on the bag as well as shortstop. And Shindo tried to tag him in case.
And Yukimoto was trying to hold up on that one, and he did, but it was a called strike there by home plate umpire Don Buskus. Two and two with 2 out. Bottom of the 4th. 4-0 Gulls lead it. And the count now full. Another good crowd this evening here at Gulls Field at Pagato Park. There's a good shot of them. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I just randomly throw it out there and they just grab it right away. Oh, yeah, he's wandering away from the play-by-play.
They know us by now. Yeah.
Yes.
That's just called teamwork after a couple of years of dealing with us at the broadcast booth.
And Yukimoto slams this into right field, and that's going to score run number 5 on the evening for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. So they have come to play, have the Sylvan Lake Gulls, and they're giving the fans their money's worth as Yukimoto with his 2nd RBI of the night.
Yeah, great base hit yet again by Yukimoto, and as you say, money's worth on the makeup game, on the rainout game especially, just kind of trying to make up for that one that they had to skip out on June 13th and all that terrible weather, giving them a show here tonight.
Matty Fung's been on base twice tonight.
Ooh.
An RBI, a single, a stolen base. The only negative mark on the score sheet for him is getting picked off at second on a play by the pitcher and the shortstop. But other than that, he's got, like I said, a single, an RBI. He got the ball rolling back in the 1st inning. So 5-0 Gulls lead it. Bottom of the 4th with 2 down here. And a throw over to first there by Bolton. You know, we cannot overstate the importance of having veteran players on your team like Matty Fung and Cleary Simpson. Mm-hmm. And when I say, and Hunter Jones, when I say veterans, I mean guys that have been here for a long time.
Oh, and even Nick Veselinovic. I mean, he's kind of been here.
Big Vess.
He's been here for a few years now, too.
Yes.
So
yeah. Guys like that, just to say, okay, here's the ropes.
Yeah, and where it comes in big, too, is this time of year. Postseason, especially, right? Getting these guys through. These guys have seen a number of postseasons that just came up short. And I think if there's anything that they've learned from those postseasons is to play hard all the way through, right to the bitter end. And it was such a disappointing out last year. You know, the way the season was going, it just looked like Sylvan Lake, that was the year. And they fall short yet again. And so this year, you got to wonder if that's in the back of their minds that, all right, now it's time to finish the job.
I'm sure it is.
I mean, we saw a lot of emotional players from that run last year and guys that were even here just for that 1 year. Mm-hmm, you know, and Marcus Abelhosen and those kind of guys that were just so
Gavin Roy
absolutely distraught after that loss against the Dogs.
And it was Abelhosen that walked it off
in that first game of the playoffs. Yeah, and then they just lost by 1 in Game 2 in Okotoks. That game they should have won. They were up, and I think Okotoks came back in the very last inning, tied it, took it to extras, and they walked it off in the extras. And then, or even at maybe it was just the bottom of the 9th, actually. And then it was a blowout game in Game 3 against the Dogs here at Gulls Field.
Okay, I wonder if the guys can get a shot of this. Over by the far right side of the berm, There's a young fan playing catch with one of the Cactus Rats players.
No way.
Yes, they're playing catch over there.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
There's a young guy, and they're playing catch.
Oh, that's cool.
That is so cool.
Yeah. That's
Interaction.
classy. That's a class act.
That kid will remember that for sure.
Absolutely.
And Matty Fung will remember that as he strikes out to end the inning. But the Gulls put one more run on the board here. We are through 4 complete. 5-0 Sylvan Lake. Well, here's an interested fan.
One of our special guests in the broadcast booth, one of the fuzziest and furriest ones.
And that's not me.
And that's not me. I got a good long hair on me, but this
not you either.
This thing's got us beat. This is a little kitty cat. I don't know. We don't have a name for him yet, though, do we? Do we?
We can call him cute.
Goru? Govu.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, from like the Lion King. Okay, yeah.
Oh, that is so cute.
Yeah, cute. Tough day at the office when he's sleeping. Kovu. Okay, Kovu that's a cute cat. I probably should take a picture of it for my girlfriend because she will, she just likes that kind of thing. So let me just
I'll get out of the way.
Yeah.
Zach Barneo, by the way,
That's so
with a stand-up double there to lead things off in the 5th inning.
Thank you for bringing the cat
Thank you so
in.
much.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, yeah. We like that. We got everything going here. You just never know who's going to pop into the booth.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we know that there's only one dog allowed in this building, and that's the dog of owners Graham and Jen Schetzel.
Okay.
He's the only dog allowed in this building.
I thought you were gonna get at the Okotoks dogs team.
No, well, yeah, well, they're allowed, but
They're allowed.
we don't have to like it.
Yeah,
right?
that's fair. That's fair.
That's, no, I wasn't going there with that. I was talking actual.
Okay. There you go.
4-legged.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a golden retriever that they have, or what kind of dog is it?
Now you're testing my memory.
I don't
here.
remember what kind of dog it is.
He's average size.
He's
very nice.
Is
very
he not?
quiet.
Is it not a blonde dog?
I think so.
Yeah. Maybe golden retriever.
Again, testing my memory.
That's what I like to do. Just torture you a little bit more. Why not?
I torture myself.
1-1 the count to Elias Campbell. 9-3 are the hit tallies right now, and that's favoring Sylvan Lake. It's 5-0, and it is top half of the 5th inning.
Hunter Jones just cruising along here.
Yeah, 50 pitches now. That's actually pretty good.
But he does have a base runner over at second with nobody out. And Elias Campbell at the plate with a 1-2 count.
And Campbell's got a bat on him. He knows how to do some damage with it. We've seen him land a lot of base hits, a lot of hard hit balls off the bat of Campbell. So it'll be interesting to see. This is going to be a battle for Hunter Jones as he faces 0 away. 2-2.
And a strikeout. at the right time for Hunter Jones as he sits down Elias Campbell with that strikeout. And that pitch just seems to be working so well for Hunter Jones. It just drops out of sight for the batters. It looks like it's coming in just above the knees, and then boom, it's below the knees. Him and Junior Garcia had a little conversation there. I'm not sure what that was about, but they'll figure it out.
Well, yeah, he's coming up to Nick Hagan, who he's already struck out on the night back in the 3rd inning. So Campbell with a couple strikeouts, trying to keep a couple for Hagan here. And then on deck, Seiji Umezawa, the on-deck batter for the Energy City Cactus Rats. He grounded out both times. Batgirl didn't have to go far for that ball. Nice help there from Umezawa.
And Jones missing inside for a ball. Gulls with 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth. On 9 hits, 5-0 Sylvan Lake. Here in the top half of the 5th inning. And a nice pitch by Hunter Jones. He just seems to be well in control right now. And he's ahead of this batter, Nick Hagan, who struck out back in the 3rd. He sends that off the screen over the Gulls dugout. And a lot of them sitting in the corner. They sit outside there.
Yeah.
You got to be heads up. You cannot be having a conversation with somebody and not keeping your eye on the ball.
I saw a really good crab there on Sunday. It went off the screen, and one of the guys just stuck their hand out and snagged it out of the air.
Well, they got that skill, don't they?
Yeah.
The 1-2 pitch, grounded down to first, and Brooks Bachman scoops it up. He's going to take it himself and step on the bag for the second out. But that moves Zach Barneo over to 3rd. And the top of the order, Seiji Umezawa will step in. There's Barneo over at 3rd, having a little discussion with the coach. Umezawa is 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs. The one that started the game was the outstanding one by a play by Anthony Gilbert.
Yeah.
Like that was
the first play of the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we've seen on the other side of the coin, Ten Shindo do it a full 360 behind second base and firing a strike over to first.
Yeah.
So, again, a reminder to people, if you're not familiar with the WCBL and the level of ball they play, that level is high.
Well, and even Yukamoto made a really good play too, and it was a close throw to first as well. And all throws have been to Brooks Bachman that have been really fun to watch so far tonight. He's been stretching them out.
I'm going to ask him, have you ever done the splits like that and then got up?
Yeah.
Because I know if I did, 911.
Yeah, that would be me
He's
too.
not going anywhere.
Yeah.
1 and 2 the count. Umezawa.
That's coming from the guy that had to do hip stretches at lunch today because
my
hips were getting a little seized up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hip to be square.
Yeah. So we take a look at this one more time, the stretch from Brooks Bachman. This is the play from Yukamoto. He's deep in the hole, made the throw, and my goodness.
That's as far as you can go. You go any further,
Ugh.
you will never have children.
That hurts me.
I know. Ouch.
Instant pain.
Umezawa stays alive with that one. Yeah, that's impressive. And we had a guy, when I played fastball, I played baseball and then I went on to fastball after the baseball dried up. And we had a first baseman. He was 6'7", And when he stretched like that, he was halfway across the diamond. So our shortstop and third baseman and second baseman all say, oh, these are really easy throws.
Yeah.
We just got to get it towards first, and he'll get it.
Yeah, you could be well short, and he's still going to get it.
Yeah. And if you overthrew him, boy, did you get ripped.
Oh, I believe that.
It's like, how do you overthrow a guy who's 6'7", and then he's got arms like an albatross?
Yeah.
It's like, holy smokes, a wingspan. 2-2 the count on Umezawa with a runner over at third. Cactus Rat's looking to break the goose egg, or the Cactus Rat egg. I don't know.
Good stops, too, that are kind of maybe going unnoticed right now by Junior Garcia behind the plate, especially with, Barneo over at third. There's been a couple that has been really challenging to handle for Junior Garcia right in the turf, and he's gotten in front of both of them really well.
Yeah, I don't have a pass ball marked on here at all. And this is out into foul territory down the right field line, and Brooks Bachman can't quite get there. And he has a little gentle collision with Michael Quick. And who else was over there?
Flores.
Jaden Flores was also over there.
Well, he's got the wheels. It doesn't really surprise me. Yeah,
look at him
Flores to the
go.
left of your screen, and Bachman the closest too. And then, of course, Quick comes in and gives him a little hug and, hey, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah.
Good to see you, pal. How you doing?
We saw earlier a young man playing catch with one of the Cactus Rats players. The other night, Brooks Bachman broke one of his bats. And he brought it. He brought it to the dugout, signed it, and then gave it to the bat boy, the Gulls bat boy.
That's wild. That kid had a night to remember.
And the 3-2 pitch misses for a ball. So runners on the corners now for the Cactus Rats with 2 out. And Ten Shindo, who has one of their 3 hits, is stepping in to face Hunter Jones, who was unhappy with himself for walking that batter.
Yeah, especially when you're up in the count too. You're up 1-2, and then Umezawa did such a great job of just.
He worked them.
He worked them, fighting in there to stay alive, battling that pitch, getting the best of Cleary Simpson, and he comes in. Yeah, I think you could tell there's a little. Mad behind that pitch. 94 miles per hour fastball. There's a little bit of heat behind that one.
Yeah, heat on his top of his head. He's probably on fire. Now Bachman's got another shot at this one in foul territory. Nope, he can't get to that one either.
Just 2 or 3 steps ahead of him.
Yeah.
And that's 2 in a row now that he's like, man.
Pretty sure his legs are stretched out.
They're playable, but they're just barely
just
away.
Out of his reach.
Yeah, he's probably feeling it with those legs right now.
Yeah. You're going to need the hot tub after.
Yep. Or the cold tub.
Or the
like.
lake.
Yeah.
Just go sit in the lake for a while. 0-2 the count now on Ten Shindo, and he fouls that off as Umezawa is headed for second.
You wonder if they're trying the trick play right now on the Gulls with trying to steal. And let's take a look at Hunter Jones's reaction, and he's like, I just can't get anything right now. Like, these guys keep fighting off my pitches.
Yeah.
And that one too, and Hunter Jones looks back and he's just like,
that's a good pitch, man.
Yeah, he just can't believe it.
He wears his heart on his sleeve when he's out there, does Hunter Jones.
He sure does.
He's fully invested when he steps on the mound. And here we are in the top of the 5th inning with a 5-0 lead, and he's battling to try and get this last out. And they're just going to let Umezawa steal that base with no contesting. So that's the first stolen base for the Cactus Rats. The Gulls, meanwhile, have 4 on the evening. And 1-2 the count on the batter, Ten Shindo, who's having a battle with Hunter Jones.
And we talked about it before with that play. It would be fun to watch Junior. We've seen it in the majors. It'd be fun to see if Junior Garcia just throws that quickly back to Hunter Jones.
Yeah.
You know, you got to obviously get on page well before that happens, but maybe you just have a conversation, especially in a situation like that before it, when you have runners on the corner with 2-way, you have that conversation. You just say, hey, if he goes to second, I'm throwing it hard back to you, and then you try to pick off third.
You just never know.
Right? I mean, we haven't
I would
seen
try
that
that
yet.
play.
We haven't seen it yet, though. And I'm surprised we haven't.
Maybe it's too goofy that these
Maybe.
guys wouldn't try it.
Yeah, maybe.
I
Maybe
don't
it's a
know.
little, yeah, maybe it's a little
It's easy for us to speculate.
off.
And that misses inside.
Fans don't like it.
No, they don't like it. We heard them. Oh, and Don Buskus is giving it to Jason Chatwood. These guys have butted heads before, and Jason Chatwood's
gonna
going
get
to
his
come
money's
out and
worth.
make his point.
Yeah, he's going to get his money's worth here.
Yeah, if I'm going to argue, I'm coming out here and having a little chat with you right now. And he's, I love the finger pointing and there and this, and now he's got himself tossed out of the game. And he's not leaving yet. He says, okay, I know I'm out, but I'm not done with you yet. And Don Buskus wants nothing to do with him right now. And this isn't the first time these two have butted heads, so Jason got his money's worth there. And he's going to let Marco Rossetti know exactly what he should pass along to Don Buskus.
It's been a while since we've seen that with Chatwood of getting tossed. I mean, we don't see it often, but this time he got his money's worth, and that'll be the night for him out of the dugout. But as we take a look at the pitch here, and we bring it in slow motion, and that's close.
Yeah.
It is close. I think I can see that Chatwood's got a point.
I think that maybe goes back to the one earlier that Hunter Jones thought maybe he had a strikeout, and it was kind of the same pitch. So anyway, it is a full count now on 10 Shindo, who's probably had about 9-10 pitches now with Hunter Jones. And Jones comes back and he says, I'll just bring an end to this right now. Chatty, you should have waited one more pitch.
Well, Chatty did wait. He was actually standing over the gate. Now he's coming back into the high fives here to congratulate everybody on that effort. So there you have it. Hunter Jones does the job, keeps the zeros on the scoreboard for Energy City, and the Gulls will come to bat in the bottom half of the fifth. When we are back, you're watching Gulls baseball on FloCollege.
Bottom of the fifth inning. This is another inning of work for Cole Bolton, left-hander from, you say, Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah. And Jaden Flores from Dallas, Texas, making his way to the plate. First pitch for a ball. And a hello to the Flores family who drove 30-plus hours to get here last week and watch Jaden play with his bedazzled cleats. And this is Aracena making the play on Jaden Flores for the first out of the fifth inning. He's a big man and he's got a strong arm.
Yep, he sure does. And now I'm finally watching Coach Chatwood
Oh, is he gone
finally
now?
making his way out of the facility here as he's just at the bullpen getting through to the next gate. And they keep those gates locked for a reason. Lots of kids obviously trying to get in and whatnot, so they got to keep a tight ship over there. And now he's finally
Getting accosted by the kids.
Back with the kids. So, his family's here tonight. And
Yeah, his young boys, it's fun watching his young guys get out there and play catch, throw the ball around. They both have strong arms. I don't know how old they are. They're both under 10 years old, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, single digits for sure.
Yeah, and they are at the ball diamond. These kids eat, breathe, and sleep baseball, I'm sure. And I think they're also in hockey as well.
Mm-hmm.
So wintertime.
Yeah.
Oh, here we are.
We even
Look, these guys have it all.
We even had a little thing before the game started. Chatwood's playing with his kid on the mound. One of his 2 boys that he has.
I think that's the youngest one.
Was it?
You
Okay.
see the form on that?
Yeah, and he was throwing from the mound.
I know. I wonder what the radar cut. No, I won't.
It's 48. Dang it. He's throwing my off speed.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't.
No,
I could not help myself.
That was good.
The angel on the right shoulder said, "Don't say it," and the devil on the left shoulder says, "Forget that. You're going to say it."
I respect it. You know what? It's going to probably not take that kid more than 3 to 5 years to throw me. So it's okay. I'm okay with it.
Well, I know he can outthrow me. I haven't thrown a baseball in years.
Hey, you were throwing out there.
Yeah, but
you were doing some underhands.
Well, the windmill I can do.
The windmill had some heat on it.
That I could probably get up to 50.
Yeah.
But the overhand, I was from 60 feet away. 60 feet 6 inches is the pitching rubber. I was throwing it about 56. Not miles per hour, 56 feet. I was bouncing it in front of the plate.
A couple bouncers, yeah.
Yep.
That's all right.
Anthony Gilbert steps in with Brock Tiarena taking a walk here. And he slams that into the screen to the right of the plate. And evens the count at 1-1. 5-0. Gulls lead it here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Gulls full marks for their effort this evening. As you mentioned, they've got to play that full 9 innings, and they've been doing just that. Getting runs in each of the first 4 innings other than the 3rd. And spreading out 9 base hits over their 4 innings of work, this being number 5. And there's another base hit, and Tiarena's going to make the turn and head right straight to third base. And the base running from the Sylvan Lake Gulls, I just cannot say it enough, that they are just aware and ready to gamble. They keep the ball in sight, and they know exactly what they want to do. They do not hesitate to take that extra bag.
And they got the speed for it, too, and I think that obviously helps, right? You got guys, every guy can almost run in that dugout right now for the Sylvan Lake Gulls and can run it fast. So that is a lethal weapon that they are using well to their advantage. And now you got runners on the corner, so we'll keep our eye on the whole trick play if they're even going to try that, because last time they got caught with it with Energy City.
Anthony Gilbert does have the wheels to steal a base, and that ball got in the feet of Nick Hagan, and Gilbert took a couple of quick steps towards second base and thought better of it. 1-0 the count on Brooks Bachman, who definitely has his hamstrings and groin muscles stretched out after that stretch over at first base, and then a couple of runs.
Yeah, runs
trying
to
to
foul
track
territory.
down the foul ball.
1 for 2 on the night, 2 with the bat. 10 hits so far on the night. They had 7 hits in the first 2 innings. The Sylvan Lake Gulls did. So it's kind of slightly maybe slowed down a bit since the beginning of this ball game, but they're still going. They're still getting base hits, and that's what matters. You know, and a new pitcher obviously on the mound since the starter of Hogan Holditch. He had some good stuff. He had some off speed that was really, really slow than what we're used to. Still faster than anything I can throw. And then Cole Bolton has since come in, and he's had a pretty good couple innings of work as well. So Sylvan Lake Gulls just looking to keep the gas down, gas going.
Speaking of gas, no.
I was going to say, where are we going with this, Jim?
Had a hot dog the other day.
Good thing the
Hot dog and a
windows are
pizza.
open. Yeah, okay.
No, I'm talking like stomach. Nah, come on. Why do you go right into the sewer there with that? Come on.
That's where, well, you're holding your stomach. That's of course that's where I'm going to go.
I'm not even going to touch that. Brooks Bachman over to second. No.
I don't know how else I was
I'm
supposed to
sorry.
read that
Anthony
situation.
Gilbert over to second, uncontested. Oh, you'd think this was the second half of a doubleheader. Getting a little loopy here in the booth. Anyways, runners on second and third for Brooks Bachman. The count 1 and 2. Focus, Jim. Focus. That misses outside. Yeah, we got a couple of guys sitting in the Gulls bullpen right now, but nobody's loosening up. So Hunter Jones, I think, is going to come out for the 6th inning. And why not?
Yeah, he's been playing well. He's been pitching really, really good as that's
and
third strike looking.
Called strike there on Brooks Bachman for the second out.
So take a look at the Hearthstone Property Management replay. He holds that. Yeah, I'd say that's a strike. Absolutely, that's a good pitch. I was looking at the map today earlier, just kind of, browsing the Sylvan Lake Gulls website, and if you go to a certain part of their page, it says, Gulls Field or Stadium or whatever it might be, and then it gives you a layout of the map of what this park of Pegatto Park's supposed to look like at the end of all the projects.
Oh, really?
So it shows that there's going to be a multi-use field, kind of where that hill is there.
Yeah.
And then kind of where that open space is in between here and the RV park. There's supposed to be a multi-use sports field over there.
Okay.
And then behind the parking lot here, between us and the road, there's supposed to be 2 soccer fields.
Wow.
Right there as well. And then they're making a spot over for, I believe, like a pickleball tennis court area closer to the water park or spray park.
This is skied way up there, and Cole Bolton takes that one all by himself. He says, I got this, guys. And he did get it as Junior Garcia pops up to the pitcher. So we are through 5 complete. Gulls with a 5-0 lead.
So as I was mentioning, right before break, you take a look at where we are here. So right to the right, past right field, is where that multi-sports field is going to originally supposed to be. Then I guess there's supposed to be a hockey rink behind that for winter time that they're going to try to utilize. And then you see the parking right behind us here, behind the field. You see the slow pitch diamonds just to the left of the map, and then to the right of the map, the 2 soccer fields between the parking lot and the road, and then pickleball courts up there as well. They got a whole thing ready, and look at all that grass, all that green space. Obviously some built up dirt now with grass growing on top of it and everything like that, but this place is going to be a happening place in the summertime, if it's not already, when they really fully develop Pegatto Park here in Sylvan Lake, Alberta. So great shot, guys. Thanks for that. And I'm just kind of, that's just kind of where my head was going with that, is look at all that open space out there, and I can't wait for when it does get developed. It'll be quite the facility out here.
They've picked a great location, and then you got that lake thing just over here.
Yeah.
You know, and
it's pretty big.
that's pretty big. You know, if you like water in a boat, you know. Hunter Jones deals, and Jaden Flores is right there to get Timo Aracena on the first batter here in the 6th inning. Couple of hops and an easy throw for Flores over at second base, who's not wearing the bedazzled cleats tonight.
Not tonight, nope.
No, I think that was for the All-Star game, and they wore them one game, and he actually played pretty well with them. I thought maybe
He wore them in 2 different games.
However, how superstitious these guys are.
Yeah. Because he wore them one night when the lights were on. It was pitch black. You could see them shining really good. And then he wore them on a more of a sunnier evening or afternoon. We saw his sparkly cleats come out. So
You know, that reminds me of something now.
okay.
It just twigged in my mind. Remember the one game, and it was that afternoon game, to the left of second base, there was
That's
something shiny.
Yeah.
That might have been one of his little bedazzled things
have
that
been.
had fallen off.
It could have been, because then I did notice it later on that day. It was down the third baseline. It was right just left the home plate here.
So it's alive.
A quarter between. Yeah, it moves. No, I think that's just maybe from Flores. It could be from Flores' cleats coming off.
It could be. Maybe that's why he's not.
That's why he's so fast. He's running so fast that it's starting to fall off on him.
Blowing him right off the water.
Oh wow, that is a well hit ball, but foul. Well past the kid zone, and I think that made its way out to the parking lot.
Marcus Franjul, the designated hitter, he is 0 for 1 with a walk. 1-2 the count on the DH. Hunter Jones in his 6th inning of work. And he misses down low with that one. A little breeze coming in now.
Yep. Good buzz from the crowd on this Tuesday. Now it's now a full count for Hunter Jones. And
he didn't like that pitch.
No. You know when he doesn't like it, he's not afraid to show it.
No.
He, as you mentioned, wears his heart on his sleeve, and the emotions are always showing. We believe we saw his dad, Shane Jones, the other day here at Gulls Field.
And his little nephew.
Yeah.
And Jones with a walk here after being up 0-2 on the batter Franjul. That'll bring up Drew Abercrombie. I thought we might see Matt Hape come out of the dugout to have a little chat with his right-hander on the mound, but he's Jones is a veteran. He understands the situation, and he'll take care of it. 1 for 2 is Abercrombie. A strikeout and a single. And Jones starts him off with the strike. Parker Husu is on deck. Oh, and Junior Garcia was ready to fire that, and he just lost the handle. He was going to fire that down to first base as Franjul took a few steps towards second base. He doesn't have much of a lead, though. And Jones is still ahead 1-2 on the Cactus Rats second baseman, Abercrombie. That misses outside. 2-2 the count now.
We'll have a out-of-town scoreboard update for you at the top half of the next inning. Or, sorry, the bottom half as we head into bottom of 6. So stay tuned for that.
And a swing and a miss there, and Junior Garcia fires it down to first to try and get Franjul, I should say, but strikes out Drew Abercrombie does Hunter Jones. That's the second out of the inning. And strikeout number 7 on the night for Hunter Jones. So when you look back at the games that we've had here, the last 3 games, this one included, 14 strikeouts by Josh Tucker, 10 strikeouts by Mr. Tavares, Leroy Tavares, and now 7 here by Hunter Jones.
How did that miss?
So 1-0 the count here on Parker Husu, who was struck out and flied out to center field. So he's 0 for 2 on the night. And action in the Cactus Rats bullpen, but not much going on in the Gulls bullpen, which kind of surprises me, but oh, and Trip Ray is running down there, and he's telling Cam McLeod, get somebody hot here.
Trip Ray is such a tall kid, you'd think he's Matt Hape or an adult of some sort. He is a big kid. And he's got somebody getting ready for some pitches, so I think that might be Simon Baker getting ready.
Simon Baker, yeah. And Hunter Jones is not so fast. I'm not done yet. That's 3 strikeouts, or 2 strikeouts this inning. 8 on the night. We are through 5.5. 5-0 Sylvan Lake.
Well, new pitcher on the mound, Jim.
That's Cooper Goliker.
Perfect.
I got it.
All right. That's what we're going with.
I think that's how you say his name, but
Goliker.
I just call him Cooper.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cooper.
Cooper G.
Cooper G.
Cooper G's in the house on the mound. Yeah, Coop G.
Anyway, he's facing Michael Quick is who he's facing. 1-1 the count here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Sylvan Lake 5. The Cactus Rats from Energy City, which is Spruce Grove up near Edmonton, Alberta, 0. And I'm just going to take a peek here. Yep. They've got 3 hits on the night, 1 in the first inning, and then 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. So Hunter Jones, I was going to say Cooper Jones. Cooper's on the mind. And there's a little one hopper to the Cactus Rats pitcher, Goliker. And he makes the play over to first for the first out.
Yep, good play there. And, you know, when you're a new pitcher coming into the game, that's kind of exactly how you almost want to get involved quick, is just why not have one hit back at you, get yourself into it, get your feet wet, and then now you can kind of settle into this game and you're ready to go.
Ready to go. Kyle Lewis is ready to go. He had a single back in the fourth and stole a base and then scored a run. That's the last run the Gulls have scored. It was back in the fourth inning. And that was not a good pitch. A big floater there at 66 coming in. You could count the stitches on that one.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be another dig at me, but
no, I'm done.
You're done with those?
I'm done with that. Now, if Chatty's 7-year-old comes in and pitches.
Yeah. And he's throwing 60s. Yikes.
Yeah, then we've got a problem here.
That's fair.
Aracena makes the play over at third and fires it across the diamond for the second out. That'll bring up the top of the order Tai Yukamoto, who's got a couple of RBIs and a couple of base hits to go with that, and a stolen base.
Yeah, he's having himself a great night at the plate and defensively too. I mean, it's not very often defensively he misses either. That's almost more given. And about the bats, obviously, it's going to be a little bit more, no pun intended, hit or miss. But tonight he's really hitting quite hard and quite well. Swinging the bat really nicely tonight.
And he's made, like you said, some outstanding defensive plays tonight as well. Some that are just standard, but it looks good.
Yep.
I mean, it looks tough from us, but for him, it's just smooth. And I can't remember which player I was talking to, but they said these guys make these throws, the infielders, and they make it look so easy. And they said, I bet you Tai Yukamoto could take a ball at shortstop, blindfold it, and just fire it to first base and fire a strike pretty much every time, because he's done it over and over and over his whole life.
Matt Brandt sent that to you, didn't he? Or Junior Garcia?
That was Matt Brandt.
Matt Brandt,
Yeah. Exactly. Good memory.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Well, I listen sometimes.
I listen sometimes. You sound like my wife.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you say something? I'm trying to find her in the crowd. She's here tonight.
Yeah,
I know she is.
I know where my dad is. Seen him a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah. I think your wife is literally directly below you, Jim. She's eating popcorn right now. Is that not your wife? She's got a blue jacket on.
Oh, right.
Right there, middle of the section. She's got the glasses.
Oh, I'm looking at the screen.
There she is, right there.
Oh, she is eating popcorn.
She's even on the broadcast.
Oh, for crying out loud!
as we're playing I Spy, Yukamoto says, "I'll take a walk and keep this two-out rally alive in the bottom half of the sixth inning."
I'm gonna text her and say, "How's the popcorn?"
Yeah, take a picture of that. Take a picture and send it to her if her on the TV. Tell her she's famous. She might like that. She was eating a poutine earlier, I think.
Oh, you're squealing on her now. Okay, she's not going to be happy with you.
Yeah, I know.
Where'd you get your intel?
I'm really throwing her under the bus, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You better watch it, because she could be driving the bus.
Yeah. Matty Fung, the DH tonight. He is 1-for-2. He's got on base twice with a walk and a base hit. Struck out his last at bat in the fourth. Tai Yukamoto over at first. Here comes the pitch. It's outside. Ball number 2. And as I mentioned, we'll have a out-of-town scoreboard after this inning. Just to give you an update on all the scores around the league, especially so crucial this time of year. Speaking of out-of-town scoreboard, Toronto Blue Jays have been kind of running into a little bit of a tough battle against the Orioles lately, dropping their earlier, it was a doubleheader today. They dropped their first game by a big margin, 16-4.
Whoa.
And then yesterday, Baltimore beat them by a large margin as well. This is flying right to right center where the center fielder, Elias Campbell, comes underneath of it and will record the third out. So only one base runner on, no hits. Still 5-0 Gulls lead it when we head to the top of the 7th. You're watching Gulls baseball on FloCollege. Well, we got a new pitcher on the mound, but this is what the other guy did. The guy before him, the starter, Hunter Jones, had a really good night of work, I would say, giving up 0 runs, gave up 3 hits, and, you know, he had a pretty good amount of strikeouts. How about 8 Ks on the night for him? And he was fired up, too. He was, you know, saw it in his body language all night, whether it was something that he liked, something that he didn't like. He was invested all the way, and he gives a good thumbs up at the end of it. So good stuff there from Mr. Hunter Jones. This is the new pitcher, Simon Baker, who we know can throw quite hard. He usually hits mid-90s to 96 miles an hour on the gun. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard as the Saskatoon Berries it's scary, Jim. They are 4 wins away from tying the Gulls record that was set last year. They're a 40-7 season. They're beating Weyburn right now 6-3. So if they win tonight, they're only 3 wins away from winning or tying the record, 4 away from, you know, creating their own record of their own in season number 2. Medicine Hat up 7-4 over the Swift Current 57s, top of 7 there. Brooks Bombers down 4-1 against the Lethbridge Bombers. That's top of 8. And then the Moose Jaw Miller Express have a 8-2 lead over the Regina Red Sox in the bottom of the 6th inning. That is your WCBL out-of-town scoreboard.
Yeah, the Berries are the real deal. I would say they are the odds-on favorite right now in the WCBL. So no matter what, the Berries can be congratulated on an absolutely outstanding season. And I'll be honest, when the Gulls set the record last year, I thought, nope, nobody's gonna break that one because 45 is going to be hard to do. Well, and didn't they? I could be wrong here, but wasn't there talk, or they did reduce the amount of games in a season? I thought last year the reason why, part of why we were so, you know, pretty confident that no one would come near the Gulls record was that there was maybe a talk about change in schedule and less games being played in future years. But it didn't seem like that for us this year. No. But I thought there was talk about that around the WCBL. In fact, I thought we got 2 extra games this year. Oh, maybe. I think they increased it. Well, maybe we did. Yeah. Anyways, regardless, a heck of a season, as you mentioned, for the Saskatoon Berries. The Berries, you know, only in their 2nd year of being a franchise in this league, and they are taking the league by storm and dominating the league right now with no one even close to them. That's right. 2-2 the count on Zach Barneo. Simon Baker in for Hunter Jones, who went 6 innings, gave up 3 hits and no runs, and struck out 8. So a very good night work for the young man from Edmonton, Alberta. Full count now on Zach Barneo, the number 7 hitter in the Cactus Rats lineup. And that misses down low. And not the start that Simon Baker probably wanted to have, walking the first man that he faces. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Elias Campbell, who has struck out twice, both times against Hunter Jones.
Well, I remember when they put in Simon Baker against the Okotoks Dogs, and he had a tough outing there. The Okotoks Dogs figured out his fastball pretty quickly, and they did some damage.
They roughed him up a little bit, didn't they? Yeah. But this is good work for him. You know, with a 5-0 lead here in the 7th inning. One pitch, and that misses outside, I guess.
Yep.
2-1 the count now.
It's not like Simon Baker's got a lot of pitchers right now. I mean, he's still obviously new to the mound and wants to pitch more, obviously, in college, but a lot of it's mostly fastballs that you can guarantee he's throwing down the line at you.
Yeah, and then, you know, if he gets that fastball like right on the corners,
then
he's hard to hit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And if he gets a little movement on that fastball, that's going to make it even harder.
And there's an off speed, one of the few that he'll throw. That just misses outside.
The count full now on Elias Campbell. And Campbell fouls this out of play. Full count, and Baker has walked back-to-back Cactus Rats here. Runners on first and second now with nobody out, and Matt Hape is going to have a little chat.
Yeah.
He's seen enough, and he's going to have a little discussion with Simon and maybe just calm the young man down and just, you know, give him some advice as to what he should be focusing on when he's on the mound here. Baker, one of the few guys that can look Matt Hape right in the eye, too.
Yeah, exactly. Such a tall kid, 18 years old. Just graduated high school last year. Going to Gonzaga this year.
Yep, he's getting the instructions, and you know, the support from the infielders and from the coaches, obviously, for these guys is enormous. And they're all pulling for the young man, saying, don't worry, we got your back. Put the ball in play. We got you.
Yep, exactly. And I think that's exactly what Yukamoto was saying. Don't worry about if one gets contact. Like, we got a strong infield. We got a strong outfield. We'll help you out.
Fill the strike zone.
Yep.
And we'll worry about the ball coming at us. Doesn't have to do it himself. So this will bring up Nick Hagan, who's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out to first. With runners on first and second, nobody out. That misses up high for a ball. "5-0 Gulls lead it here in the top half of the 7th inning. And he misses down low, so
inside, yeah.
He's just having trouble finding the strike zone, and I think they're gonna. Mickey McClaskey is running down to the bullpen, and either he's going to get ready or he's passing on a message to somebody else to get ready. And Simon Baker just, I don't know. It seems like there's something off here.
Yeah, he's struggling. He's not having a easy time right now finding that strike zone. It's something's just not right for him. I mean, it also could appear that Don Buscus has a little bit of a smaller strike zone than others. And there he finds it finally on the 3-0 pitch. So whether or not he's just trying to overly, pick his corners and pick spots that it's not working for him, instead of just throwing him where he should, I don't know.
And back-to-back called strikes there by Simon Baker. And, and Nick Hagan playing it the way you should is the guys just walk 2 guys. Don't be swinging at anything. See if he can throw a strike.
Yeah.
And he's throwing 2 right now. So a full count. Kind of needs this out right now. And there you go. Some contact, and Kyle Lewis races in to make the grab and get the first out, helping out his pitcher, Simon Baker.
Yeah, a sigh of relief for Simon Baker just to see that happen and getting the support that Yukamoto was maybe telling him on the mound in that meeting, saying, hey, just put the ball in play, we got you. And Kyle Lewis goes to show right there that he's got him.
He's another one of those guys that seems to smile a lot, too.
Yeah.
Top of the order, Seiji Umezawa, who had a walk the last time up and stole a base. And Baker's finding the strike zone now. And that's good news for him and not good news for the Cactus Rats, as they've got base runners on first and second, but if Simon Baker starts filling the strike zone with pitches, that could be short-lived. 21 pitches so far for the young man from Cochrane, Alberta. And a nice pitch inside.
Yep.
1-2 now. This is the first batter he's been ahead of in the 4 that he's faced. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. And a strikeout for Simon Baker, as he has kind of settled down here. As he has Umezawa chasing that one well out of the strike zone. And this will bring up the shortstop, Ten Shindo.
Well, the one thing about Simon Baker is it's so much fun to watch him pitch, especially, with fans that don't really know what this kind of ball is like, and you get to come to the ballpark and you see 93, 94, 95, even 96 hitting that radar gun. It's it's a lot of fun to watch as a baseball fan, as a fan in general, just to come check it out and witness this live. When a guy can throw like that in this league, it's always something special.
Yeah, absolutely. Now these guys can play the game, and it's good bang for your buck if you're looking for something to do, and the kids will love it here. If you've got youngsters, they get to run the bases at the end. Oh,
he got that one.
I think he got a favorable call on that one.
Did, yeah.
1-2 the count. 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Simon Baker looking to get himself out of a jam with a little help from his friends, and he strikes out the last 2 guys, saying, sorry guys, I put 2 guys on base, and you got 1, I get the other 2, and he's feeling relieved, I'm sure. So we are through 6.5. Gulls coming to bat.
Well, fans are enjoying it, and so is my dad, apparently.
Yeah, there he is.
You know, Hank taking it all in, doing the 7th inning stretch, not pumping it up necessarily.
No, he's not.
I'm going to have a talk with him after. Don't worry, I'm going to tell him, you got to do
move
it.
the arms.
Yeah, you got to move the arms.
Get them out of your pockets there, buddy.
He's just enjoying watching people, you know, watching people at the ballpark. It's
There
popped
you
up
go.
to right field and just foul.
Wow.
Good effort there by, I think that was Drew Abercrombie that came all the way over from second. It was.
Yeah.
Making that play. So, yeah, Dad's taking in the game tonight for the second time ever being at a Gulls game. The first time that my parents showed up to a game, it was pouring rain. They had to stop at Canadian Tire and pick up ponchos because they forgot any rain gear. They clearly forgot to look at the weather forecast before the game, and
or they didn't trust it.
Or they didn't trust it.
Man,
and,
that kind of runs in the family.
Yeah. Okay. Now we see where I get it from, eh?
There
I
you
got
go.
excuses.
You inherited it,
Thank
so
you.
you don't have any blame.
Exactly. Thank you.
Your mom and dad
Give
gave
me
you
a note.
that.
Give me a note.
I did.
I like
I
it.
served it up on a silver platter
you did
for you.
serve it up on a platter, so.
T-ball.
Yeah,
Bing.
but tonight, a lot nicer of a night for him to be able to take in a game and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. It's Jaden Flores here to lead things off. Flores got a single back in the second and grounded out to the third baseman twice now. So he's 0 for 3, but he does have an RBI. That's fouled out of play. 2-2 the count now. Bottom of the 7th inning. Gulls 5. Energy City Cactus Rats no score. On a really, really nice night for baseball. And it's starting to cool off.
Yep. Oh, for sure.
Which is normal around here. As soon as that sun goes down behind the horizon.
And we haven't had a lot of even like nights where it's still staying hot and warm out, like, you know, where you're in a little bit of a heat wave, and we haven't had a heat wave yet this summer. So Flores will walk down to first, leading things off on the right foot. I'll bring up Brock Tiarina, and Tiarina with an RBI single back in the first, grounded out in third, and then he walked in the fifth. So he's 1 for 2 on the day.
Now batting the left fielder, number 11.
Anthony Gilbert on deck, and Anthony Gilbert's having himself a pretty good night with the bat, 2 for 3. So Brock Tiarina looking to keep things going here in the right direction as Sylvan Lake Gulls. They do have a 5-0 lead. However, I'm sure a little more wouldn't hurt, especially in this league. You just never know. They've done a good job tonight, though, with Energy City as Flores goes to second, and he's going to get there easily, uncontested.
5 stolen bases tonight by the Gulls.
And
so they've been running and gunning.
That's the thing. They've been doing really good base running, good hitting. The only thing is, I mean, it's just, you know, defensively as well. They've kept a really good offensive batting team to only 3 hits so far tonight. And I think that's been the big key here in this one, is that Energy City is, you know, been kind of shut down with the bats today. We see some warming up in the bullpen, and that is hit well into right field all the way back towards the track, and that is scooped up there by Parker Husu. That'll move Flores over to third, just 90 feet away from another run scoring.
Yeah, I don't know if the ball's carrying very well now.
No.
I mean, the wind was coming in from the left field fence, and now it's kind of cool, so the ball doesn't go nearly as far. The air's a little heavier, something like that. I don't know the physics behind it all. It's kind of, I relate it to golf. When it's cold out, the ball just doesn't travel very far, but when it's warm, I feel like Rory McIlroy.
Yeah.
Mine is about 150 yards or so. Anthony Gilbert, couple of hits tonight and an RBI. And he's going to add another hit. Nope. But he's going to add an RBI, though, yeah.
Yeah.
That's number 6 there as he flies out to right field. But as you said, that's a second RBI for Anthony.
Yeah, good contact on that ball, but that right fielder and Parker Husu cuts it off pretty quickly and gets underneath of it in time. That'll bring up Brooks Bachman. I knew there was a Bach in there.
Yep.
Number 2.
And we got to warm up in the bullpen for the Energy City Cactus Rats, as that is number 1, Hunter Sampson, getting loose, and then also number 21 as well.
Yeah, and we've got a lefty going in the bullpen for the Gulls.
Yeah, and that's 23, who is Thomas Hill.
That's one of the newcomers.
One of the newcomers for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, yep. Taking Cameron Diaz's number. And I noticed that earlier today because I was going to do my rosters and I realized 23 is not Cam Diaz anymore in the pitching staff. It is a new guy. So Cam Diaz still here. He's over at first base, still coaching.
Yep.
But that just goes wide of the pitcher, and that goes right up the middle for another base hit for the Sylvan Lake Gulls as Brooks Bachman credited his second hit of the night. That just missed the pitcher and Cooper Goliker. He
got out of the way of that one.
Just got out of the way of that one. Nearly took off his head. Look at this.
Whoops.
Whoa, right behind his back.
Yeah,
Look
he
out.
was just like, ah. And he had a little smile on his face, too, after it went past him. He wasn't smiling when it was coming at him, but when it went past him, he just kind of,
sigh of relief.
Woof, that missed me. And he didn't do what some pitchers do, is stick out that right hand with no glove on it and try and catch that. That's a bad decision by a pitcher.
Yeah.
I saw that in the, I think it was the Jays game the other night, where the guy threw one and it was hit right back to him, and he put his hand out, and then the thought must have crossed his mind to pull it back, and he pulled his hand out of the way. I went, yeah, no, don't do that.
Yeah, it's so easy to do with those instincts.
Yeah.
Your brain's like, oh, no, just kidding.
Yeah, I will just get out of the way of that one. Junior Garcia behind 0-2 now. And Brooks Bachman over at first base. And that misses 1-2 now.
Garcia with 15 RBIs so far ahead of this game tonight. Looking to make it maybe 16 here if he can get a real good hold of it. Got 18 hits so far on the season.
And he probably remembers all of them.
Most of them are hard. 4 of them are long. Very long. Cleared the fence.
That's grounded foul.
And of course, as a catcher, you're going to take some off the body.
Oh, yeah.
So he's gotten hit by a pitch by 5 times this year. You'd think it'd be more than that, to be honest with you.
Is that really only 5?
I'm pretty sure we've seen all of them here at Gulls Field, because it feels like, I feel like he gets hit here every now and then. Like, you know, we've seen him get hit here quite a bit. And speaking of,
okay, that's a foul ball.
Yeah, that's off the bat.
That's behind the head of Junior Garcia, and he's going, really? How? He's just smiling. He's like, come on.
At first I thought that hit the back of the helmet, but no, that hit the bat.
It hit the bat. Like, what are the chances of that?
Yeah, he just can't believe it.
He's going, oh, come on.
Yeah. Right on cue, especially when he's... That's funny. What are the odds? It looked like he got hit in the head, but...
And then... Then they float one in there at 68, and Catch Jr. just watching that one. So that's the third out of the inning as the Gulls put one more across, and they have a 6-0 lead as we head to the 8th.
Well, this is a new pitcher on the mound and new to Sylvan Lake. When I say new, I mean like really new. New as of right now today. This is number 23, Thomas Hill from Calgary, Alberta, and he goes to Gulls Prep.
Okay.
He's a Gulls Prep kind of guy, so an affiliate.
So Benny Prediger is coaching him.
Yeah, exactly. You betcha. The newest prep team in Central Alberta that just began this year. It's their inaugural season.
Awesome.
So good to see these young guys coming in and getting some practice. And basically, if I can explain it to those fans that might not understand how that works, well, kind of like a farm team in a way. Something like Gulls kind of have a farm team, and it's the Gulls prep team.
When he comes in and he gets to face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, the meat of the order for the Cactus Rats.
And if I'm not,
why not?
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe the prep team is made of U19.
Yeah, I think you're right.
U19 or U17, something like that anyways. So
Well, there's some young guys on the team.
mostly guys that are still in high school.
We had Luke Schmidt, another member of that St. Joe's Academy and the prep team. He was in the other night. He did well. And then he ran his snap man.
Yeah, it is U19, so, or 19U, however you want to say it. So far, he's even at the count 2-2. We got some new fans joining us tonight, Jim. I'm noticing out in right by the slow pitch diamond, right of the left field or the left foul pole. There's a couple deer hanging out there. So that has popped up and right of us. And they're standing still. They're kind of blending in really well right now with the fence, but just right of the foul line from our advantage point, you can just see a couple deer. There they are on the screen. Good job, guys. Great shot. Look at
deer.
those antlers.
I thought you said there's a couple of beer on the fence.
Oh
I'm thinking,
my
what?
goodness. Oh, Jimmy.
I said, what are you talking about?
Yeah, he's like, I'm thirsty. Where?
Well, no, I heard beer.
Oh,
Whoa,
sorry.
wait. What?
Yeah, no, deer.
Well,
Deer.
good job there by Anthony Gilbert, by the way.
At least our guys in the truck were listening.
Yeah, well, I heard you. I just didn't hear you correctly.
Fair enough.
And I do that. So, a couple of deer.
Yeah, just hanging out.
We had a big one, big buck on our front lawn yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
you
he was just
get them quite often, don't you?
snooping around. Oh, yeah, we get moose, deer, rabbits, kids. So I can't just
Angry
stand
old
there.
people shaking their cane.
I can't just stand on my lawn and shake my cane. Get off my lawn, you deer, rabbit, moose, kids. I got them all covered. Dogs. Mind you, no, not dogs. Although there is a guy that walks in our neighborhood. He walks his cat. Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I actually have seen that. Black Falls, I've seen that. On a leash and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is Marcus
Strikeout.
Fangel, and he's going like, what? Yeah, whatever.
Oh, first strikeout in the WCBL for the kid.
Yeah, he's going to remember that one as he got the designated hitter looking.
Well done.
And that'll bring up Drew Abercrombie. So it's lefty on lefty. He's probably going to like this matchup. Finally, I get to see a guy that I can throw at almost. 0-1 the count on Abercrombie with 2 down here in the 8th inning. Gulls with a 6-0 lead over the Cactus Rats. And this young man is showing some stuff.
Yeah, he can pitch. Up in the count, all 3 batters.
He's the moment's not too big for him.
Calgary kid.
Oh, and Junior Garcia was holding that there for home plate umpire Don Buskus, but hoping to get the called 3rd strike, which would probably be the last pitch that Mr. Hill might throw. Probably give him an inning here. And that misses outside. Count now 2-2. And it must be nice for these young guys to come in here and throw to veteran catchers like Cam McLeod and Trip Ray and Junior Garcia.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like just guys that do such a good job calling the game.
And there you go.
There you go.
There's the punch out that he was looking for. So 3 batters, 2 strikeouts. A pretty good debut for Thomas Hill, and Junior Garcia goes over to him right away and says, well done, young man. And his teammates come out and give him the congratulations. He's all smiles, that's for sure. Why not? He's loving it. Luis Tavares has got that big smile on his face. He followed him the whole way. He's talking to him the whole time. I love it. That is 7.5 innings in the books, folks, and the Gulls with a 6-0 lead.
Well, we were talking about the base running, and there's been some really good stuff today for the Sylvan Lake Gulls offense, and that's kind of been the key of just getting into scoring position. It's just been stolen base after stolen base. What is it? 5 stolen bases that we have seen, 6, sorry, tonight, and that's just it's just been timely base running, and it's been good stuff all day long, and they've just been hammering the Energy City Cactus Rats, really not giving them any chance in this game. And a beautiful night it was too, and that also helps stealing bases. When it's not raining, it's not slippery, that helps guys on a dry field time out these slides as well. And as you just take a look at this beautiful night sky with the sun setting in the distance, it's been a great night all in all for baseball.
This has been a postcard moment brought to you by Cale Clark.
You're welcome. And this is a new pitcher on the mound for Energy City Cactus Rats, which is, yes, number 21. Guess who? Cale Perreault.
Oh, wow.
Pitching.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. I like his name.
You're a little biased. But
just
that's
a little
good.
bit. Just a little bit.
That's okay.
I like his last name, too, Perreault. I think it's kind of French.
Possibly. Pas possible.
He's got Michael Quick right now, Kyle Lewis, and then back to the top of the batting order, Tai Yakamoto for the bottom of this 8th inning. The 8-9-1 batter. And he quickly pitches a 4-pitch walk. So not a great start for this new pitcher that's coming in.
So this is Kyle Lewis, who had one of those stolen bases in the 4th inning and then came around and scored. And as you mentioned, the stolen base has been a weapon tonight for the Gulls, getting themselves in scoring position, and then a base hit, boom, all of a sudden there's a run across the plate. So 6 runs on 11 hits for the Gulls, no runs on 3 hits for the Energy City Cactus Rats. All 3 of those hits, by the way, came off of the starter, Hunter Jones, but he also mixed in 8 strikeouts. So he had a pretty good night. No runs, 3 hits, 8 strikeouts. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. There was a couple of pitches he wasn't happy with, and we saw that on the screen, and if you could read lips, you know exactly how he felt about a couple of those. 1-0 the count on Kyle Lewis. And that's on the outside corner for a strike. Fans still hanging in there. And a pop-up towards the second baseman, Drew Abercrombie. And he makes the grab just on the outfield turf for the first out. Here's the play here,
Cuts
courtesy
underneath
of
of it.
Hearthstone Property Management. And he has it in his sights all the way.
Yep, Abercrombie's been a solid staple for the Energy City Cactus Rats this season. As has Parker Husu, the Timo Aracena, Ten Shindo, Elias Campbell, those guys, Nick Kagan, even all those guys, you know, big key players this season for the Cactus Rats.
Tai Yukamoto leading things off,
There
and
goes another
look,
steal.
there's a stolen base.
Yep. So make that 7.
Why not? I mean, there was no way Nick Hagan was going to even make a throw on that.
And if it's not stolen bases, they got an advance from either pass balls or a balk ball at one point, and this one hit by
Yukamoto
pitch.
hit him.
Yeah, this one hits him.
So Yukamoto has been on base 4 times now.
Yep.
That one's probably the one that hurts the most. He just throws the bat away disgusted. It's like, oh, come on. It's 8th inning, man. First base umpire Marcel Rossetti had a little chuckle with Tai Yukamoto about that. He's probably saying the same thing. He's like, really, 8th inning and
Yeah.
you take one?
I'm almost wondering too if he's talking about the music that played, the music of choice that was playing when Tai Yukamoto took that ball to the inside. Hurt so good, John Mellencamp.
Yeah.
Why not? That's a good credits to Ted, our music guy in the production booth over next door to us. He's always rocking the tunes here at Gulls Field and does a great job. So we got a new pitcher warming up in Energy City, continuing to warm up. We already talked about him. It's Hunter Sampson over in the bullpen for the Energy City Cactus Rats, and there he is there, getting loose, warming up, and maybe speeding that warm up a little faster now with this lengthy meeting on the mound. And Jim, you were talking about it. The pitching coach for the Energy City Cactus Rats. Look at those shoes. Those are flippers. That guy's got, like, that guy covers a lot of ground with one footprint. My goodness. Like, that thing is, that's good for him. You gotta wonder what size, like, those have to be like almost custom made shoes. Like, they make shoes that big.
I don't know.
That's pretty cool. You pointed it out last game, so I thought I'd point it out now.
Thank you.
Just for everybody watching.
Yeah, cool. That's fine.
You know,
We're good.
nice guy, by the way. I brought him a coffee last
did ya?
during that Halo game. Yeah,
Ooh.
I brought both coaches because that was back-to-back games that we played Energy City, I believe, that weekend on June 13th. Yeah, we played them on the 12th here. And so I got they gave me a little bit of a earful. They're like, oh, you got a coffee for yourself, but you don't bring us a coffee. And it was a cold night the night before, so what did I do the next night? I brought them both a coffee as this
And
is
a
grounded
double
up.
hit and run there as Matty Fung sends us down to first base, and both Michael Quick and Tai Yukamoto were taking off on that one. So Gulls just trying to do a little hit and run stuff and practice a few things, and the ground out is the second out, though, for the Gulls here in the 8th inning, and that'll bring up Jaden Flores, who's been relatively quiet. He's been on base twice. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. Stolen base, scored a run, got an RBI. So I guess that's not really quiet, but quiet for Jaden Flores. Want to know the count. Runners on second and third. The Gulls holding on to a 6-0 lead, trying to chalk up another win on the season. And that misses outside. 3-0 the count on Flores. Brock Tiarina is on deck.
Well, as you mentioned, with the another win on the season, that would make it 32 wins on the year. In the 2 years previous to their record-breaking season, I believe they had a 34-win record.
Okay.
And so they're kind of near that point of where they were at a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, they've always had a good season record.
Yeah. It's just a matter of how to finish it now.
Cash it in on the playoffs.
Yep, exactly. And I think that's going to be exactly what they're going to be looking for this year.
So the bases are now loaded for Brock Tiarina as Jaden Flores trots down to first base, taking a walk.
Just saying, and I'm going to just say it because we've seen it before. Brock Tiarina's got a hard, heavy bat, and he's got one on the year already. That's gone the long bomb. So we could maybe see something happen, some magic happen here from this bat.
Ball one to Tiarina. Runners on first, second, and third as the Gulls with a 6-0 lead here. Trying to put the dagger in the heart of the Cactus Rats.
We'll get another meeting on the mound just from the catcher here this time as Nick Hagen goes up to chat with his pitcher and Cale Perreault. Well, let's take a look at the upcoming games while we are at it. And tomorrow night we'll do this all over again. But Energy City will be the home team tomorrow here in Sylvan Lake. And then on Thursday, July 31st, Gulls will welcome the Lethbridge Bulls for a pair of games on both Thursday and Friday. And that's going to be a couple maybe crucial games there as well, as that could be just a playoff preview, if you will. And currently Energy City Cactus Rats holding that final and fourth playoff spot in the West Division. And as it stands, they would take on the Okotoks Dogs if playoffs were to start tomorrow.
If they were. Yeah, there's some, not sure exactly what happened down in Okotoks, but
oh yeah, we were talking about that earlier, yeah.
Yeah, the Fort McMurray Giants were supposed to play a doubleheader against the Dogs, and they forfeited both those games. Now, from what I understand, is the Okotoks field was not up to snuff. And Tiarina sends a charge into the crowd, but that falls well short of the fence as Husu corrals that one, brings the inning to a close. We are through 8 complete. Gulls with a 6-0 lead. Top of the 9th coming up.
Well, in the break, they were introducing the Bat Boy and Bat Girl of the night, and they do the little celebratory dance with Cameron Diaz over there in foul territory. That's some good stuff. And as we take a zoom-out shot of the Gulls logo in behind center field, there's the jackpot of the 50-50 tonight, $4,260. Whatever number C11934 was, they're going to be a happy winner going home with a couple grand in their pocket here tonight. Great shot of the field, great shot of the ball game, and a great shot of the night. So we take a look at the pitcher yet again on the Gulls, and it's still the same pitcher from the last inning, and it's the Gulls prep kid, the affiliate, Thomas Hill on the mound.
And a new batter for the Cactus Rats.
Yep, number 7, Richuro Uno.
That's a good card game.
Uno, yeah.
Just saying. There's a really cool cloud out in the west.
Okay,
there.
yep.
That is interesting.
Uno swinging on that one. That goes foul behind our heads. Oh, yeah, I see it now. Yeah, a little sun with the way the sun's glaring off it too.
The other west. I mean, they went south. This is more towards.
This is way right.
Well, northwest, I guess.
Right of our camera guy Martin, that's for sure.
Yeah.
1-2 the count.
Looks like an anvil.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. Anyway, 1-2 the count here on Uno. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. And Jaden Flores tried to barehand that one and just about got it, but not quite.
That's a tough play to make.
Yeah, it is.
Just far enough away from the pitcher, can't quite get there, so then that is a long run for Flores to have to make and then try to throw across his body.
Yeah, it was a hard play to beat to get there, and then you have to throw across your body. And he gave it his best effort, but Uno, I should say, gets himself a base hit here in the top of the 9th inning. And that'll bring up Zach Barneo, the first baseman for the Cactus Rats. And a throw down by Junior Garcia, and they just about had him. As Uno got a little bit too far from first base, and Junior Garcia picked up on that right away as he had him leaning.
If Bachman caught that ball, that would have been, that would have been probably a great pickoff.
Well, he does have a pretty good lead. He's got that foot past the cutout, and that's our measuring stick usually.
Well, for the first time tonight, Thomas Hill is behind in the count, 3-0.
And he comes back with a strike as Barneo's taking all the way on that 3-0 pitch. And the 3-1 pitch is sent foul towards the dugout. There's that cloud I was talking about.
Yeah.
Like I say, it kind of looks like an anvil. There you go. Good job, guys. Thank you, Martin.
See, Jim wasn't just daydreaming. He actually was talking about something there.
Well,
that's proof.
I could have been doing that too. And a full count on the Cactus Rats first baseman with nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning. 6-0 Sylvan Lake. They're looking to chalk up another win. And a nice pitch by Thomas Hill. He just ties up Zach Barneo for the 3rd strikeout in 5 batters for the young man from the prep school.
That's pretty good stuff. That's good stats for somebody that's coming up through this prep school. I mean, that's remarkable. It's exciting to see, and you know, it just goes to show that that prep school has done a lot of good things already.
Well, you know, and here's the thing with that school, St. Joseph's Academy. years ago, they were constantly seeing players from the central Alberta area, Innisfail, Lacombe, Red Deer, Sylvan, leaving here to go to places like Okotoks
yep.
or up north in Edmonton to these academies to improve on their game. And finally, Scott Murray, and I think Jason Chatwood had something to do with this as well, and a few other people decided, you know what? We should set up our own. And they did. And boy, has it produced results. And I'm talking Nathan Flewelling, for one, who was drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays last year in the 4th round and is now playing in their minor league system in single A ball. So, you know, the proof is in the pudding. And you see some of these guys come out and fit into the Gulls lineup and do the job like they've been veterans in this league. So that's awesome, and kudos to them.
100%.
As Thomas Hill has Elias Campbell all tied up in knots, 1 and 2 the count now.
I think they're going to let Hill kind of do this himself. There's a pitcher standing by just in case.
Now I'm thinking, if we were to go talk to Cameron Diaz and say, what'd you think of this young guy wearing your numbers? Well, that's why he was so good.
Yeah.
He had my number.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be it.
I'm gonna ask him.
All right.
I'm gonna.
You'll have to fill us
I'll
in on the
report
update
back.
tomorrow. Report back.
Yeah, I'll report
We'll
back.
have that for tomorrow's game against Energy City yet again. The back-to-back.
And the Rats, and Elias Campbell gives a little fish shake. Yeah, finally I got one. Because he had walked and struck out twice, so he finally got the bat on the ball and gets himself a base hit. Watch a little fist pump here by.
Absolutely.
Oh, we can't see him, but that's okay. He did do that, folks. Trust me. I'm not hallucinating.
Not yet.
Not tonight, at least.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, like
I'm still on my feet.
Yeah, like I said, with Elias Campbell, he's one of those guys that it's surprising that he's been so quiet tonight. He is always doing something in a game against this Sylvan Lake Gulls team, and so he finally gets off the schneid tonight. And some nights they're just not your nights, and some are.
So Nick Hagan steps in now with one down, I should say. As Thomas Hill is trying to wrap this up. Put another W in the column for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, and he misses way outside. Good job by Junior Garcia to corral that one, and he's going to go have a little talk with young Thomas Hill and say, don't throw that pitch anymore.
Yeah. Well, let's not do that again.
Yeah, let's just try and get to the strike zone a little better. Yeah. Some friendly advice by Junior.
Yep.
Umberto Garcia.
And also veteran advice, too, because, you know, these guys are young. And
yeah.
It's a young pitcher on the mound, just kind of like, all right, buddy, don't worry, I got you on this. Don't be afraid to throw, strikes. Hit the zone. The D will help you out. And I'm almost wondering, too, he's like, even if they ground it, hit it on the ground, that favors us because there's double play in the works.
We haven't had one tonight.
Nope.
By either side. And a good pitch there by Thomas Hill as he paints the outside corner. 2-1 now the count on Nick Hagan, who's 0 for 3 on the night. So I'm sure Junior has probably told him, hey, look, this guy hasn't got a hit yet. So just let your defense help you out here. Kind of what they did with Simon Baker, too. And that really did calm Simon Baker down because after walking the first two guys he faced in the 7th, he got a fly out to center field and then struck out the last two guys to bring the inning to a close. So and a sliver of a moon up there as we are almost past the 10 o'clock hour here in central Alberta.
It's been a pretty long game so far from what
There's
we've been
that
used to.
lovely moon. You can just see the craters there. Oh, yeah. That's a beauty shot.
That's some high-end cameras right there.
Oh, absolutely. We got high-end camera people and high-end cameras. And this is out in center field, and Kyle Lewis is not going to get to that one. And he fires it into home plate, but the Cactus Rats base runner there, Uno, just kind of held up at third. I think he probably could have scored on that one. because he was going as soon as that ball was hit.
Yeah, they're making it interesting, that's for sure. Energy City
Yeah.
putting together some hits here and
Yep.
got now bases loaded situation.
So bases loaded now, as the Cactus Rats aren't going away quietly into the night.
Nope, they sure aren't. They never do. And why start now?
And Seiji Umezawa steps in. He is 0 for 3 and a walk. And Matt Hape is going to go have a chat with the young man from St. Joseph's Academy, the Gulls Preps team. As we do have somebody warming up in the Gulls bullpen, just in case. That is Mickey McClaskey getting warm. He got in there earlier when Simon Baker was in a little bit of trouble, and then Baker got himself out of trouble. And McClaskey then sat down and cooled off, and now he's warming up again.
Just in case.
Just in case. Well, you know, you're going to give the young man a chance to see what he does with a bases loaded jam with one out.
Yeah, this is kind of where it really tests your
mental,
your mental game and your limits.
Yeah. Because you know, if you're going to be a pitcher, you're going to face this situation more than once.
Yep.
Some of it your own fault, and some of it because of the talent on the other team.
Well, we know Energy City can hit.
Yes, they can.
They just ran into some really good pitchers tonight. And that's hit hard, but up high.
Oh.
Shallow left field, and that's going to be called off by Yukamoto. He comes in.
Well, good thing, because Brock Tiarina blew a tire when he tried to come into that one, and Yukamoto's going, yeah, good thing I did go out there.
He's laughing. He's
watch this.
He's trying not to, but yeah.
So that's Sky there, and boop, there goes Brock. And Tai Yukamoto says, yeah, don't worry, you can stay on the ground. I got this. Yeah, Brock's laughing, and he's like, oh, come on. He's got a smile. These guys, they take this game seriously, but then on moments like this, they go, you know what? That's fine. So a fly out or a pop up to the shortstop there is the second out. Cactus Rats down to their final out here. Top of the ninth inning, trailing 6-0 with bases loaded, and Ten Shindo is the hitter.
Well, and that pop-up, too, I mean, a little bit of a sigh of relief for the youngster on the mound, too. Thomas Hill, I'm sure he's kind of relieved with that outcome, and now it's just squibbed ahead as he'll ground this ball, and he'll have to hold on to it.
Yeah, he does hold on to it. That's a smart play.
That is a smart play for a young kid on the mound to hold on to it and not throw that past first base, which we've seen happen many, many times here at Gulls Field, just limiting it into the runs to 1 and just kind of getting ready to reset. But that's a tough play to field, especially as a left-hander. I mean, such a far ways to run. You know that Junior Garcia can't come far from home plate because the runner's coming home, so he's going to try to stay there in case they decide to flip it.
And that'll be it for Thomas Hill as Matt Hape is on his way over to the mound. And Thomas is going, oh, okay. Well, I almost got out of it. So, good job by the young man.
Yep.
And he can be happy with his result.
Absolutely.
As he did a fine job in his time on the mound. And that'll bring in the always smiling Mickey McClaskey as he gets the high fives and the handshakes from his teammates and the bat girl and Rob Manka and everybody else that's on the bench today, except Jason Chatwood. That was too easy. Anyways, Mickey McClaskey will warm up, and we'll be back with the rest of the ninth. Mickey McCloskey on the mound for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, trying to get one more out as the Gulls are facing a bases-loaded situation with 2 down and a 6-1 lead here over the Cactus Rats. McCloskey, I think, is just going to throw heat.
Yeah, probably. And what are the odds that first pitch, first swing might be a first out? Nope. I was trying to call it.
Yeah, I know.
I was trying hard.
I
there.
knew what you were trying to do.
That would have been kind of cool.
Hey, you got to throw it out there.
I would have looked smart if that happened.
Well, you know, you got a 50-50 chance there.
Yeah.
Well, maybe 20-80.
Yeah.
So Timo Aracena, no easy out here, that's for sure, for Mickey McCloskey, who hits 94 on that pitch.
Yeah, I think he's just going to try to throw through him right now.
Well, he's definitely warm because he's been going for about 5 minutes in the bullpen. And these situations don't bother him one bit. And he's just trying to overpower Timo Aracena.
Yep. Maybe put a hole in Garcia's glove.
So 1 out away from another win for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. 2-1 the count on Aracena. And McCloskey missing outside with that one.
I was watching the screen there, and that looked like it was pretty close.
Yeah.
Should have been maybe in the zone there. It's a good pitch.
3-1 count now. And there's the call that McCloskey has been looking for in his 5 pitches to this point. So the count now full, down to their last strike.
Everybody's going to be running.
Everybody's moving on this pitch. And that's fouled out of play. Good swing there by Timo Aracena to spoil that. And the base runner over at first, Hen Shindu, was already at second. And the runner at second, Nick Hagan, it was about 5 steps off the bag.
Oh, was it not on Saturday night where we saw Shindu almost, or somebody was right on someone, and that is grounded now right to the first base. It's going to be grounded by McCloskey. He's going to do it himself. And why not put an end to this game?
Not very graceful.
Not very graceful play at all, but the Sylvan Lake Gulls get it done when they need to. The Gulls will hold on for a 6-1 win over the Energy City Cactus Rats.
Well, about as graceful as.
Well, he bobbled it, and then he decided. Well, I think the play there was he bobbled it. He didn't. He was going to toss it to Brooks, and then he just decided it's in my gut. I may as well just cradle this like a baby or a football and tag the bag, and get the win. So it's good effort there though by the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Some aggressive base running and some really good batting as well offensively that gave them a nice 6-1 edge over Energy City here tonight.
That was an all-around effort there by the Gulls. They did a little bit of scoring in almost every inning, but 3 maybe, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, 2 because they didn't get the bat in the in the ninth.
Well, you know what?
3 innings.
One positive thing to take out of tonight too: 0 errors for both sides. For both Edmonton and Sylvan Lake, not a single error out there.
Clean
tonight.
game.
It's a clean game, so that's something to be very happy of and proud of. And a beautiful night here too at the ballpark with a great sunset as the Gulls put another win on in the win column. So we'll hand it down to Joe Whitbread with our player of the game.
Snap Fitness in Sylvan Lake. Please welcome the starting pitcher, number 32, Hunter Jones. Congratulations, player of the game. Great start for you today. 8 strikeouts, 6 innings pitched. How did it feel out there?
Everything was working, I guess. I only threw like 6 fastballs, change-up curveball most of the day, and it seemed to work, so I just stuck with it.
Pretty frustrating in some parts of your game. There was a lot of emotion. Talk a little bit about the emotion we saw. Obviously, Coach Chatwood, you on the mound, trying to get those 2 batters. These Cactus Rats were battling.
Yeah, absolutely. Respect to the Rats. Shout out Chatwood for defending me and getting tossed from the game. Fired me up, got the strikeout. Yeah, no comment on the emotions, though. On my part, I'm going to keep my mouth shut about that.
So talk about the pennant race. We are down the stretch here. 6 games in 7 days. You guys played again last night, a long one, early mornings. Where's the focus of this ball club right now? Obviously, you have something in your sights.
Yeah, coming down to the end of the season, everyone's locked in. Obviously, before the games, everyone wants as much rest as possible. Early nights for the guys and just rest. And once we get in between the white lines, you flip the switch and it's game time.
Well, good for you. Great job on your start. Congratulations on another $80 because $10 per strikeout from Dad. Hunter Jones is your player of the game, everybody. Your starter tonight. Well done, Hunts. Great job, kid. Hey.
Well, you heard it, Shane Jones. If you're watching, pay up. $80 to your son, $10 a strikeout. He had 8 on the night, and he had a great start at that as well. 6 innings pitched. He only gave up 3 hits and 0 runs.
Yep.
Pretty good night's work for
good night work,
Mr. Hunter Jones. Yeah, overall, though, like we said, the pitching was good. The batting was good. The base running was really, really good. And at the end of the day, they just shut down a heavy bats team in Energy City who have made it and kept it close all season long. And this might have been one of the biggest wins that the Gulls have had over the Energy City this year, as far as spread and points.
And full marks. They did all the little things right. Stolen bases, hit well, pitched well, defended well. And that's the recipe for success for any team. And the Sylvan Lake Gulls are following the recipe to the letter.
The final stretch continues here this week as Sylvan Lake just getting started, really, as this is one of 5 straight here at home before one on the road, and then another one back at home against Okotoks to finish out the regular season. Only 5 more home games left for Sylvan Lake, as this one was had a little bit of everything. And, well, gotta love that Jim Claggett, who knew I'm working beside somebody that's pretty much basically famous if he wasn't already. Published author. We had a little cat in the building. Who wasn't in the building after a few innings was Jason Chatwood as he gets tossed and, helped back up Hunter Jones on the mound, who Hunter really appreciated, by the way. Brooks Bachman did the thing. We also had some special guests out in the outfield. Some deer joining us tonight, and a little bit of celebrations from the Bat Boy and the Bat Girl. It will all go down again tomorrow night against Energy City. For Jim Claggett, I'm Cale Clark and the broadcast crew at Green Onion Media with another Bird's Eye View. Have a good night.